Alright, so here we are back again. Vampire the Masquerade, episode number 3. We have a new player this week. This is James over on my left. My left? Yes, my left and your right. So James, thank you for joining us. Yippee-ki-yay, we have another player. Along with Casper, who joined us last week, so we've got really just 2 new players. And then we've got these 2 old fuckers over here that have been playing with us for like months, if not years. You all know Jesse and you all know Charlie and, stuff. We're not going to talk about them. Those guys. Fuck
They're old
them.
news.
They're old news. Barry's not here with us tonight. He's just had an eye exam. Not an exam, an operation. Get right in there. He's recovering from that at the moment. He might join us later. We don't know. Maybe. We'll see. He's been invited to. So if he does, that'd be cool. If he doesn't, well, too bad. He will have to deal with that. So where did we leave things off for you guys? What happened last week, Jesse? Can you recall?
Well, let me get into it really deep here. We had all woken up. Get into it really deep here. We had examined some of the video footage from around Haven.
Right.
We noticed that there was a vehicle that had been driving all up and down the street pretty much all day. Yuri, in a fit of frustration and various other emotions, decided that he was going to challenge these individuals. Upon doing so, they ran over his foot trying to flee, so he flipped the car. Right. And then tore off the door and then proceeded to beat one of the occupants to a pudding.
Right. Nice.
Oh.
Long story short, he broke the Masquerade, he was brought to task on it, went to go see the Prince. Prince staked him, or at least one of his cohorts did. Dragged his ass back to the Haven, threw him into the club.
In the body bag, I recall.
In the body bag.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Also doing so, I think Yuri had apologized, or at least tried to apologize to the mess that he made, and tried putting him back together again, but didn't really work, obviously.
Right.
So then we ended up at the bar with all of us there, basically just trying to get to know each other.
Right. That's when you bumped into Valen.
Yeah. So we had Valen in the club. And,
Valen, what was your story last week? What did you do? What exciting things did you get up to? He sneezes.
Unfortunately, that was not me, no. I found myself as a brand new arrival in the lovely city of Chicago.
The Windy City.
I had to go have an introduction with the Prince, as is common courtesy, despite my feelings about it. But hey, better to enter a city without a target on your back.
That's fair.
Well, I followed the lovely sounds of some police sirens going off, only to behold the so-called mess that Jesse here has mentioned.
Right.
Lo and behold, I entered the club afterwards, and well, that was pretty much that. Had a few conversations, and if I recall correctly, I was sharing a drink with him.
Right. Okay. So, those of us that were there, the characters that were there, will have noticed Valen can drink alcohol, which is, unusual for a vampire. Assuming he's a vampire. Do you know he's a vampire? Have you guys figured he's a vampire at this point?
Well, the fact that he was talking to Barry's character, what's his name again?
Jonathan Lancer.
Lancer, yes. Since he was talking to Jonathan, I just assumed that he'd been vetted already.
Right.
And then as soon as he started, as I was thinking about just what you're talking about, he mentioned the Camarilla, he mentioned anarchy, that sort of thing. So it was like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
That I am no friend of the Sabbat.
Right.
Well, that
Camarilla.
You were actually a vampire, which this is good.
Right. Cool. And Charlie, what was your take on last week's game? developments so
Well,
far?
everything was going crazily. Yuri was getting into trouble, and I was just obfuscating and stealing technology.
Stealing technology.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, pretty much.
that
That's what
simple.
I did.
Right.
I hid. I took the technology that this car that was upturned had, and then
Right.
I started rifling through
So,
it.
what's
Thank you.
your take on the situation between Jonathan Lancer, that's Barry Tahir's character, he's not here tonight, and the local enforcer?
Local enforcer? Oh, like Al Capone?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
How does that affect you, if at all?
Well, he's a big scary guy. However, I want to know everything about him, just in case I need to, uh, yeah, have information on him, know
Right.
where his whereabouts is. He
Right.
seems like a bit of a bully, um,
Right.
and I'm not into that.
You're not into it.
I do remember that Al Capone told him to they had to do something for the Camarilla.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we end up doing it or not, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. Well, Capone has left at this point, and you guys have had a bit of a conversation now. What would you like to do? I will also say that Jonathan Lancer leaves for his own reasons, which we can
Okay, right.
insert later.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was lovely meeting the two of you, meeting you. It's nice that you're safe, Yuri. I've got some um, things to work on, and I slink backwards and I slip out the door. So I go back to my computers that
Okay,
are in the back room of the bar.
right.
Basement.
FYI, the
Basement.
club is
Basement.
called The Haven.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, Yuri, what would you like to do first?
I'm
Yuri?
finishing up my drink.
Right, and you and Valen are sitting in the same room at the moment, right?
I'm behind the
Believe
bar.
us.
Yeah. So we're all
Yeah,
sitting
both
up
of
at
us
the
have
main
the
bar. Yeah. Because I ended up pouring out some shots of some pretty top shelf whiskey,
Right.
but then adding blood to it as well.
Mm-mm. Okay. Are you going to tell me that your character can drink alcohol as well?
Oh no, he can't.
Okay, just checking.
It's it's just a nice thing. I mean, if you're going to toast, you know,
Gotta have
might as well do
something.
it right. Got to do it right.
I see.
So yes, I'll be heaving that up in about an hour or so. But right now it's
Right.
staying down.
Right. So you're keeping it down with a self-control check, please.
Oh good lord! Otherwise I'm spewing everywhere.
As long as
do
it's
I have-
not directed at me, I believe we'll be fine.
Hell yeah! Look at that, 2 successes.
Whoop. Okay. Now while we're over there, I'm just going to jump on the old Roll20 and I'm going to make a character sheet and assign it to James.
Cool. I can start getting that filled in.
Yeah, you can fill it in while you're playing, I suppose. That should work, right? In player's journal and can be controlled and edited by. Their name is Srak Ayeth or something. I can barely read it from here. It's so small. So there you go. It's now in your control, James.
Yes.
Cool. So, what would you like to do, James? Oh, sorry. Yeah. What? Where are you? What are you? What
Yeah,
are you?
I'm just thinking. Do whether it sort of makes sense for me to sort of wait for a natural point to kind of join the story?
I
or-
actually meant to say Casper, and I said James, and then I was like, "Do I roll with this?"
Yeah, no. Come back to me. I'll wait till there's a
Yeah,
more.
we'll come back to you. It's a better idea. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, Casper. That was meant for you. What would you like to do, Casper? Valen, more to the point.
I'm just simply here sipping on this nice whiskey that the kind gentleman across the bar has poured for me. That's what I'll be doing.
Okay.
Just enjoying it.
You're not saying
Even though I'll have to hack it up later. Such a shame to waste good whiskey.
right, but you can at least hold it down without having to make self-control checks. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm leaving you two sitting there together, saying nothing to one another.
Well, after we finish our shots and, Australia. Valen, is this correct, your name?
Yes, my friend, that is correct.
And you say you have no love for the Camarilla.
Not at all.
Then we be good friends then. And I
Agreed.
apologize for the mess outside of the haven. That
Oh no, I found it enjoyable to watch.
good. I make great spectacle. And he thumps his chest.
If only there weren't so many cameras everywhere, I would have loved to add to that little bit of chaos.
It is important for our own security, though. This is domain, but it is also a place of business. So cameras are a kind of necessity. Charlie, not Charlie, Doobie, because you got your name. Change your name.
My
Change your
bad.
name.
I will. Don't you worry. My bad.
Give it a moment.
Newbie, she is security. She looks after these things. So if you have suggestion on what we do with these cameras and these computers, I know I don't understand these things at all. So if you have suggestions, perhaps you and Newbie can have conversation. But till then, perhaps we need to keep heads down, and by we I mean me. So cameras be very important, so we can see the comings and the goings of this component character. Nasty.
He seemed like a nasty indeed. It was a lovely.
But we do have one bit of information that I did not have before. He has celerity. This is good knowledge.
So he's fast.
He is fast. He is strong. He drove stake right through heart. It was very disconcerting to be paralyzed in such a manner. It's new for me. Very new.
I would imagine so.
And at this point, you've still got the aggravated wounds in your chest from that.
No, I've healed everything. Now that it no longer with them, I was like, okay, now I feel comfortable healing my wounds. Yeah. Or do I need to actually rest for that aggravated wound?
I am going to check something because I can't recall if
I believe you have to
stakes
rest,
leave.
and then it's gradual.
Yeah, if it's an aggravated wound, but the question is, does a stake leave an aggravated wound?
We will find out here momentarily.
Yes, we shall. Vampire the Masquerade. In any case, please continue.
Where do you say you come from? You're down south or someplace, yes?
Yes, I come from the southeastern United States.
And did you
Not
by
very
chance ever run into another kindred by the name of Dmitry Ben Mendeleev?
I can't say that I have.
No matter.
Not too knowledgeable of you folks from across the water.
Yes, he would be most recognizable, much like same accent.
I can't say that I'd be familiar with anybody of that type. Not many kindred tend to reside in the south due to unfriendly players, we'll say. Your Sabat?
Oh, dirty words. Yes, I know Sabat. We have had dealings with him back in Soviet Ukraine.
Interesting enough.
They are everywhere.
Everywhere or
Nasty angels.
nowhere.
Yes, well, you drink as much as you like. I will leave blood bag under counter and fridge. Just ask the bartender to serve you if you would like a little bit more. I need to take care of additional security measures, and I have some other business to attend to. So then Yuri just goes back into his apartment behind the bar.
Okay. So Yuri disappears, leaving you alone in the bar. At this point, I'm assuming that there is a bartender on duty.
He's still there. Yes.
All right. So we will go with Franz, I believe, was the name of Barry's retainer. Did you have a retainer that works at the bar?
You had Fraser.
Fraser.
You had Fraser and Harris.
Harris, that's right. Okay. So we'll say that Fraser is at the bar presently.
I do have 3 herd, and one is one of the bartenders,
Okay.
bouncer, and a we'll call her a go-go dancer for all
Do
intents and
we
purposes.
have names for these characters at this point?
I will find them for you.
Excellent. Cool bananas. Well, in the meantime, we'll say it's Fraser.
Yep.
Okay, and newbie, you go off to your computers, yeah?
Yes.
All right, well, this is about the point where you can make a wits and computer check, please.
Okay. Wits on computer. I was originally trying to track Yuri, but he's here now, so
Right.
on to greater things.
Integrate.
Sorry, wits and computers?
Yep.
Okay. Going to do this manual again because I haven't learned to figure it out. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good start.
Not a
I
good
have 3 more
start.
dice. Okay. 1.
One success. Okay.
If you can believe it, after all those ones.
Right. Well, you do notice a ping from somebody in your community who has sent you this message with a link in it that says Masquerade breach.
I will open it.
Okay.
I'll put headphones on and open it.
It has a link to a web page where there are a number of articles, newspaper clippings, and photographs and such that have been put together by some amateur journalist, along with some video files that seem to be taken from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s from television news programs. And they cover the name and some of the protests and speeches and other writings and rhetoric of one Matthias Cole. Dun dun dun!
I see. Okay, so he's a masquerade breach, you say. I want to figure out the reason for why he is a masquerade breach.
Right. Well, as you skim through the information, Matthias, perhaps you would like to tell us some of that information as to what sort of stuff she might find on this amateur journalist's website. Somebody's cottoned onto you.
Yeah. So that you can find that the first 30 odd years of Matthias's life, there's nothing much that seems kind of relevant to a masquerade breach. He seems to be a bit of a sort of a firebrand, outspoken preacher. From a lot of his work was down south in Mississippi. There's news footage of him attending protests, turning up at civil rights marches, things like that, with his followers, and taking a stance against other sort of Christian groups that were turning up as in counter protest. And he was sort of on the side of the civil rights people, and sometimes getting pretty vocal up in people's faces, making a scene which attracted a bit of a media attention at the time. But what draws your attention the most, perhaps, is sort of recent message board postings where these are totally kind of clear websites, the kind of communities that you'd find by just typing into Google, where somebody's asking questions about does anybody know anything about vampires? Does anybody know how vampire society might be organized? Is there some kind of vampire leadership? Like kind of questions along these lines. Somebody who there's sort of enough words in there that you recognize to think this isn't just some random person off the street. This person's, their search history suddenly changed and has suddenly got interested in this, and they seem to know enough that suggests that there's something there. They know something.
Right.
Dun dun dun.
And they're being very vocal about it, which makes it the masquerade breach.
That would be the Masquerade
You are
breach.
in danger to yourself, young man. Um, all right. I want to find out more about this guy. Where is he located?
Right. Well, I'll get another
Can I
computer.
get an IP somehow?
Yeah, I'll get another computers check from you. Wits and computers.
Sure.
Difficulty is 4.
Okay, so 2 then. Amazing.
Right.
Okay,
So
1,
you
2,
ping
3,
his
4,
IP
5.
address. He's making unless he is extremely clever and is putting on a massive front, and in fact is like some Korean hacker, working out of North Korea or something. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Has zero internet security.
Right. Okay. Well,
He
I
left
got
the
like
password to his
so
router
many.
as 1234.
Yeah, right. Right. His password is Matthias.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I think his password is praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. There you go.
All right. Is there can I get access to his computer from here?
You can make another computers check, please. I
Okay.
will raise the difficulty back to a normal standard 6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think
5,
it's going to
6.
involve actually, you know what? This is social engineering, really. It would be the easiest way to do it. Send him an email that looks official, and get him to click on a link. You just need to get him to click that link. It's a matter of persuasion.
Yes. So I need to find out things about him, and it seems like he's very religious based. So if I just use what he's like
Already
been
fed
searching
you.
up recently,
Right.
something religiously beckoning,
How about
I
wits
suppose.
and manipulation for this?
When it's wits, sorry.
Or
When it's
charisma and manipulation, whichever's higher.
okay, well, can't do both of those because
Right.
they're both social, they're both attributes.
Right. No, either of them and manipulation that's an attribute as well.
Yeah.
Right. I guess computers then.
Okay.
I guess it's back to that.
Can I take my old
Let's go with
what I rolled before?
manipulation and computers would make the most sense.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 3.
3. Yeah. Okay. You can access his hard drive. You can
Excellent.
start going through the background of his computer. Essentially behind the scenes.
Yes. He seems like the kind of guy that would document things about his life. Just like write down like what he finds on the internet,
Is he that
making
guy?
folders or something. Or
Tell us about your computer, Matthias. What is there?
Yeah, you probably don't find him sort of like journaling or recording things like that. If anything, he's probably even, too kind of like old school for
oh
that.
right, yeah.
But you find, messages that he's sent to church leaders in England. You get the sense one of them perhaps he had a particularly close relationship to, and these messages date back for ages, and you can see throughout that him having always kind of questioned his faith. But again, in the last sort of year, the messages seem to be particularly dark. He seems to be sort of alluding to, a real kind of crisis in himself, and perhaps almost that he's done something terrible that he's kind of worried about. But you can find enough information there. Like he talks about having come to Chicago with 2 of his followers after some undisclosed incident in Mississippi.
Undisclosed incident.
He talks about having found a home for himself, and you get the sense from the way he talks about it in his emails. It sounds like he's talking about maybe a suburban home, something like that. He's not talking about a city apartment or anything.
Okay. So looking back in the to this an undisclosed incident, can I find out more information about that, please? Mississippi, we'll go with around the date that he started changing his behavior.
Okay.
Um,
I'm thinking there's not a lot online except for possibly a police report was filed and then later rescinded.
Hmm.
But if you, I mean, this is all just standard mortal affairs that you're dealing with at the moment. You know, to dig any further, you know that if you don't know any vampire community in Mississippi at this point, I don't think.
Right. Okay. Instead, I'm going to use that fishing skill, I suppose.
Right.
Going to create a way to make it so that I can get in contact with Matthias.
Right. So anonymously, of course.
Oh yes. So it will. I'll create this ad about faith and falling off the path and weird circumstances and coming back to Jesus and like I'd like to have a conversation. You mentioned the words conversation, having a conversation. People instantly feel drawn to that. So
Right. So what is it
yeah.
that you're? What's
Oh,
gonna,
and click here.
is there anything that Matthias has said in any of his messages or what have you that she could use as a hook? Do you think?
Yeah, I think probably something that stands out from his messages that maybe seems a little different from other sort of preachings or, you know, Jesus stuff you've kind of come across before is he seems to have a real obsession with the idea that, you know, just by existing, we cause harm in the world, that we cause suffering to others through our consumption, through our nature, and that he's, you know, particularly kind of driven by ideas of, you know, trying to find redemption or salvation through Jesus, through good acts. So that might be sort of the thing that sort of stands out as something that seems kind of, yeah, key to his way of thinking.
Right.
Okay.
Seems like it'd be very easy.
All right.
Very easy
So-
to con you.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to make another one of these deception checks?
What what is
So
that?
it'll be manipulation and computers again.
Okay. So
Unless you can think of something better than
0, 1, 2, 3. 3.
3. Okay. Matthias, would you like to make a wits and what'll it be? Feel free to suggest a check.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking he's going to be very sort of receptive anyway. I mean, he's actively searching for answers around some of this stuff. So I don't think he's going to be particularly trying, you know, I don't think he'd have it in his head that anyone would be trying to deceive him around something like this.
Right.
So I think if it comes across his desk, he'll probably click it.
Okay. So he
Wits
clicks
plus technology, I think, would be a good counter to that.
wits plus technology. We could do
Yeah,
that.
technology would be the only thing that would make sense there, yeah, in terms of whether he might be aware. So let's have a look.
Right.
see if I
Because
can work
everyone's
out.
like, don't click the link. It's a scam. It's a Nigerian
Exactly.
prince.
So how do I do rolls in this? I can see my technology skill. I can't immediately see a way to do a roll with.
Yeah.
You can-
Yep. I'll let Jesse explain this.
Sorry, you can manually do it if you click into the text box on the right-hand side of Roll20, do a / roll space, the number of dice, D, and then what die it is that you're rolling. So in this case, it'd be a
Oh,
D10.
right. Yeah, I can do it manually. That's fine. I don't have to do that.
Then if you want to actually build in the auto rollers, then you click on the character sheet under dice, and then it's actually quite intuitive. You just add and then
All right, so there's my 3d10 for wits.
Okay.
So 2?
successes.
So two
Two
successes. Yeah.
successes. All right. And what did you get, Charlie? Was
I didn't
3,
really
I
count. 3, yeah.
3.
3.
Okay. So you think about it for a moment, and I think perhaps your curiosity gets the better of you, Matthias.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, he shifts the papers off his old laptop, which is, you know, kind of covered in dust. You know, he doesn't ever clean it. And usually just stacks of paper sitting on top of it, and he sees this ping of this thing come up. He's like, "Yep, that looks interesting." So he clicks through, and what does he see?
So this is the phishing site itself, where it starts collecting your data, right? It sort of inserts a.
It's really just an entranceway, right?
Well,
Right, so it's just getting my username and password. Yep. So he
Right.
does whatever. He enters if it asks for like him to log in,
Does
give
it
his email, whatever. He puts that in there.
Does it install a keylogger or something on his desktop, on his computer?
What do you think, Jesse?
So typically malware will just create a backdoor that you can gain access to. So if you didn't have any sort of remote protocols enabled like RDP, RDS, or something like that, it would basically create its own little remote protocol, or just turn on RDS. So then when you can just tunnel all the way in and do what the hell you want. Install more malware, install viruses, send them pop-up messages.
Make him part of a
Ooh,
botnet.
maybe I'll do that. Send him a whole bunch of pop-up messages. Being like,
about
you've
what?
got to stop this.
Okay.
I think, and can I bring up like a Word document and start typing to him, or is that out of the?
That
With your
seems-
computer skill high enough, you could easily have created a piece of malware that only creates a tunnel, but you can just use the Windows GUI interface to throw up a chat window.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool.
Blech.
So this
Chat window
pops up
open.
in front of you, Matthias.
Should we do this in the Zoom chat or Roll20 chat or?
Well, we have people watching, so we need to be able to.
That might be boring.
Right.
That'll be a bit
Yeah.
boring, so we'll talk it out.
Yeah. Newbie, will say, I believe I know what you are. I believe I know what you're looking for.
After a moment, you see back. If you've got answers, I'm interested.
I believe we should meet somewhere.
Where?
I think on that for a bit. I don't know if I want to meet him here directly.
The roof of the Sears Tower is always good.
Oh, right, yeah. Especially during the day.
Yeah. Bring your
well,
own gasoline.
Do we have a place that is considered a safe place for us that isn't here? I'm looking at Yuri, who I look to for that sort of stuff.
Do you call Yuri? Do you go and find him?
I think back
him?
to times we've had chats when he's been very vocal, when he's drunk, on human blood that's been drinking.
What do you think, Yuri? What do you think?
Yeah, there probably would be a couple of industrial bars that I would haunt that are a little more
off the beaten
outside, off the beaten path, and not the haven. So if he's trying to get away from the crowds and whatnot, even though it is his domain and that's where he hunts, it's just, I don't want to be here right now. I need something a little heavier. So he goes off and looks for like some German industrial bar that he feels safe in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I will go with one of those.
Yeah, while you're thinking, another message pings up. Who are you? How do you know who I am?
You will find out. I believe you should meet me at this address. And I write the address of the place that Yuri finds the most comfortable aside from here. One of his German bars. Yep. I believe you shall meet me if it's too late today, which it very possibly could be. We might consider doing that at the start of the next night.
All right.
Is that all right with everyone?
Yep.
I just don't know what the time is, sir.
Can we call the bar Anarchy 99?
Sure, that sounds good. I was just looking for bar names as you said that. My first thought was the Blitz, and then I was like, no, that's not appropriate.
What? Yes,
I write. Yeah. Well, all right.
No point cutting a reference to
I
a
ain't got
ballroom
much to lose
blitz.
right now.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's that, Casper?
No point making a reference to a ballroom blitz.
Right. Okay, so what do you guys do for the rest of the evening then? Casper, starting with you, because I don't know where you're going to go next.
Well, I mean, I still have to look for myself my own little haunt, a place to rest. So I think I'm gonna go looking for place to live.
Okay.
I can't just stay in a bar all night, as
Right.
much as that sounds lovely.
Well, as it so happens, it is about like 3 a.m. at this point. So you have about 3 hours to figure this out before the sun comes up and you get fried.
I guess I could ask if they don't care if I stay the night for the bar. Just find a nice, comfortable booth to sleep in.
Well, the bartender gives you a call, Yuri.
So is the bartender's name? I sent you the list of the character, my herd.
Okay.
Bartender is Magnus Klein.
Magnus calls you.
Hello.
Yuri.
Yes, this is Yuri.
Yes, I know it's you, Yuri. I have a client here who wants to stay in the bar. He's the guy you were talking to before.
The Valen one.
Yeah, he wants to stay in the bar. Is that seems unreasonable, you know? But I thought maybe you're talking to him, maybe you're good friends or something.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Come and talk to the man, you know. I can't do
These
this.
horrid devices. I can't hear you. Yuri out. So he comes to the front of the bar.
Okay, so Yuri walks in.
Yeah. Yes, Valen, you have no place to stay.
Exactly. I don't have a rightful home here just yet, so I've been scrolling through my phone for the meantime, seeing if there's any places that are open this late that might say something.
Don't worry. I have good coffin for you. It's well insulated. It's got inside latches as well, so you don't, have people come by lifting lids and noticing body and like, it can be very uncomfortable for everybody at that point. So yes, you come find me, and I live in the back, and Doobie lives deeper down in the what she call it, Cyberdome, something like that. All computers and neon lights. It's crazy.
Not my kind of shit, but hey, an apartment sounds lovely.
Yes, it is small. It is like closet, but it'll do for now.
It'll work.
Excellent. Magnus, you know a place I'm speaking of, yes? It is back next to my apartments. The closet, the coffin. Yes. Okay,
You're talking to me. I'm sorry. I was pouring drink. What is the question again?
It's fine. You do a job.
Okay.
I got this covered. So yeah, whenever you're ready,
just me and Q. Hello, welcome. We're playing Vampire the Masquerade. Come and hang out with us. Okay, so Charlie, what are you doing?
Well, Newbie packs up her laptop situation, and she is going to go over to Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Goes through the door, go over to Yuri. Yuri. We need to meet someone tomorrow.
Who?
His name is Matthias Cole.
Yes. Continue.
We're going to your favorite bar. Or, well, aside from here, of course.
We're going to Anarchy 99. Excellent.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. And you could come along with us, a random stranger who I've forgotten the name of. But in reality, she has not. She never forgets anything.
No worries.
Yeah. All right.
Valen.
I do have a question.
All right, Valen.
Why are we meeting this Matthias individual?
I look around. What's the bar looking like currently?
Right now, it's very empty after the incident earlier. There are still cops outside doing stuff, so, people are sort of forced to walk around it. In any case, there's road cones and tape and stuff, and a couple of patrol cars outside.
Okay. I put the laptop on the bar, and I open it up. I show them what I found out about this gentleman named Matthias Cole, and what he's been up to, the fact that he is a walking masquerade breach and a potential hazard to himself. And that's all I say. I don't say anything more than that. I just show you.
Hmm. And why is he of interest to us? Is he does he not like Camarilla? Is this good?
I think we kind of need to rescue him.
Rescuing.
Yeah.
So, the gentleman that's painted a target on his back already.
Yeah, he's quite new. But also there's this mysterious circumstance around him. Something I can't really pull up any information on, but I want to know about it. Because it happened around about the, like whatever happened around about the time he started spouting off about people like us.
Well, we are already not in good graces, well, at least me, with Prince, so we need to keep it quiet and approach this more tactically. So yes, I like this meeting him about on the K99 so we can figure out what he's doing. Why is he being so vocal about this?
Mm.
And why has not the what was his name, Capone come by and done nasty things? These are questions.
He's very lucky.
Plus,
Anyway,
I don't think any of us would like to have the what was that name?
Name?
I'm trying to remember. Group of unsavory individuals that don't take too kindly to us kindred.
humanity?
Well, specifically the church, but yeah,
Oh,
more or less.
right. Hmm.
Can't for the life of me remember what the name of it is right now.
I'm still trying to figure out all of this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Out of game, would you like a reminder?
Oh, I do know. Out of game.
I'm talking to Casper.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I can't personally remember what it is right off my
Are
hand.
you talking about the Society of Leopold, or are you talking about like the?
That's it.
Right.
That's the one. The
Ooh.
Society of Leopold. That's the one. I couldn't remember that name for the life of me.
Okay.
I was like, I have a way to relate this to something. Leopold is a popular brand of optics for weapons. I don't know how I couldn't remember that offhand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right then. Moving.
So
right
this
along.
is fine. I think this is good plan. Villain, if you'd like to take a room in the back, we do this tomorrow. It'll be good. But first, I need to feed.
Are there any 24-hour grocery stores around here by chance? I need to pick up a few things.
This is Chicago.
Probably.
This is the big city. Yes, there are. This is the difference between New Zealand and America.
24-hour marts?
Yeah. You can, like, I don't know, living in LA at least, you can go out and get anything anytime. Living in Auckland, New Zealand.
Anytime, anywhere.
You know, everything's closed at like 6, 7 o'clock. It's ridiculous. But anyway. Please
So
continue.
just to make things quick and easy, so we can go to beating Mr. Matthias.
Alright,
Just
so
the building
what
out
do
back,
you
you said, is where it is?
No, I'll show you. It's within the building, just in the back of the building. It's quite a large warehouse. It's got 3 floors.
Okay, it's one of these type of
yeah.
buildings. Okay.
I did post a picture of it way up in chat.
I'll scroll back and look at some point or another. Anyways,
Yeah, it's fine.
I gotta pay a visit to one of those stores, so I must be beyond the due for right now, but I'll see where that coffin is first.
Well, you come back before dawn, otherwise you got a crispy crater.
Prefer not
Yes.
to be that way. I should be back within about an hour and a half.
Excellent. We close in 2 hours.
I'm gonna go
And,
play some video games,
yeah.
so later. And I'll drift away again.
Okay, so Newbie fucks off upstairs or wherever it is that she goes.
Yeah, to the arcade. To the
Valen-
arcade.
Valen, you're going to go to the 24-hour Quickie Mart. I take it?
Yes, just need to get a few things, some sugar, some flour, a couple of other things.
Okay. We're going to wake up the next night and everybody, he's cooked cookies for everybody and baked a pie.
Yes, I made blood cookies for everyone.
Blood cookies. Mm-mm.
Love it.
Okay.
And I go feed before I go to bed.
The cakes of light. Very well.
I think after the chat that I had, I think Matthias would also call in one of his followers that came with him to talk.
All right, so she comes in.
Oh,
Matthias,
sorry. We're going to do that soon.
You want to do this downtime or uptime at this point?
Sorry, I had a character in mind, so I'll introduce just briefly then.
Okay.
Yeah. So Matthias, after finishing the chat, he sits for a moment, his head in his hands, and then he looks up and says, "Ensign, come on in here. I want to talk."
Ensign comes on in.
Sit down.
Matthias, what's up, my old friend?
Sit down. Have a drink. Just because I can't anymore doesn't mean that you can't.
Do we call him Matthias or Matthias?
Matthias.
Matthias is fine, okay.
Matthias.
Sure, I have a drink with you. No problem. Bring it on. Haven't had one of these for a while. Unscrews the bottle and pours out a drink.
They're pretty useless to me right now, so you take what you want.
What seems to be the problem, my old friend?
Not a problem, at least. I hope not. Someone's reached out. Someone heard our call.
Well, that's a good thing, surely.
I don't know. I kind of worry about the kind of people might have answers to the questions we've been asking.
Well, if you don't want the answers, Matthias, you shouldn't ask the questions, right?
Yeah, you make a good point there, but
I mean, you put your foot over the line, and now you're gonna get what's coming. I'm telling you, you gotta believe the Lord is gonna protect you, Matthias. You are a good man. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Besides, I'm gonna be there the whole time watching over you.
I appreciate that. I know we've been sorely tested right now, but yeah, I'd like to believe that maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna go meet with them tomorrow.
Well,
find out what we can find out.
You know, Matthias, and tell me if I'm getting any of this wrong, because I'm playing him like a war veteran who has basically...
Go for it.
Is that cool with you if I just take this character? All right. Well, you know, since my accident, my leg and all, but I still have some kind of use to you, I suspect. I'll come along and I can drive you there and drive you home and keep an eye out.
Look, I appreciate that, but truth be told, I don't know what we're walking into. Could be.
Of course you don't know what you're walking into, Matthias. Of course you don't know. But that's why I'm going to be there.
I don't want to put anyone else at risk. I appreciate it, but this is on me. This is my...
He takes you by the shoulders for a moment. Matthias, you got to remember you got faith. God is going to protect you no matter what. You're okay. You're going to be fine. I'm going to be there watching you. God, the Lord put me here to stand between you and anything. I've seen a lot of things go down.
Well, we come this far together. All right, let's see this next bit out together too. I know you had my back in the past, and well, let's do this one together as well.
All right. Now, what time have we got to be there?
I pass on the time. Whatever that was.
Okay.
Some bar or something, other side of town.
All right. You give me the details before you go to bed, and I'll scope the place out during the daylight hours. And when
now that's good thinking. You do that, and then we'll head out there tomorrow night, see what we can see.
All right.
Maybe we'll find the answers we've been looking for.
I must say, this is good wine. Oh, that's mighty fine. Okay. All right, well, you get yourself to bed, you get yourself all well rested and all, and then when we get up tomorrow night, or when you get up tomorrow night, we'll get on the road and we'll head out there and we'll meet these fine people and we'll find out what they have.
God bless you, Jensen.
God bless you, Mr. Cole. God bless you. And you go to bed, I assume.
Yep.
All right. So eventually, everybody goes to bed. Although I am curious to know what Valen's going to do with the stuff that he bought from the grocery store. Not going to tell us. He's not going to tell us.
All right.
All right.
So it's
fine.
another mystery.
It's another mystery. All right, fine. He goes to the... I don't know if I can have that. All right, fine. Okay, so you all go to bed, and the following evening, who has the highest humanity? I suspect it might be Matthias.
7.
Probably.
7?
I have 7 humanity as well.
Wow. Okay.
Also 7.
5.
5!
I've been playing a lot of games, you know, like I've seen a lot of wars happen.
Yeah, I also forgot that. I also forgot that I muted my mic there for a moment. I don't have a proper workshop to do what I need real quick.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm not gonna eyeball certain things.
Right. You're just going to check out what's available. Is that the plan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grab a few things, make it seem like I'm just doing some grocery shopping.
Okay. That's fair. All right. And then you go to bed. Okay, so the following
Yep, pretty
evening, everybody kind of wakes up at mostly the same time, except for Newbie, who wakes up a little bit later, about 45 minutes after Yuri and...
Well, like half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
What is it? 5? Oh, yeah, it's only 2 dots. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
about 15 minutes a dot in my view. Okay, so Yuri, what do you do when you get up?
First thing I do every time I get up, go and check the video feeds, see what's been going on.
You guys
Start
have
prepping
been-
the bar
You've
for
been under observation again all day.
another car.
Yeah, but this time it left when the sun went down.
Okay. This time I don't go running out to the street. But
Don't need
I
a
do-
repeat incident.
No, I will mention it to Newbie when she actually does drag her ass out of the coffin,
All right.
so we can possibly do whatever it is that she does with the footage, save it, whatever.
Casper, what do you do when you get up?
It's just a typical morning. I dust myself off from a night in this rather nice coffin, actually. It's a really nice coffin. Gotta open up the latches and so on, just make my way out, do some stretches,
Yeah,
despite the fact I probably don't even need to anymore.
yeah,
It's just ingrained routine.
right. Okay. Matthias.
Matthias gets up in the root cellar of his house, where it's been set up as like a basic kind of bedroom, walks over to the mirror that's above a little chest unit, flicks on the light and looks at himself in the mirror and just kind of stares at his face, kind of turning his face from side to side. And he sort of tries a smile and then lets it drop again. And then with a sigh, walks up the stairs into the main part of his house where he would find one of his herd to feed.
All right. So after you feed, what was the name of the guy that I was playing a minute ago?
Jensen?
Henson.
Jensen with a J.
Jensen, okay. All right, so Jensen comes in. Mr. Cole, I scoped out
Jensen.
that place today. I checked it out.
Well, what have you found out?
Well, the place is called Anarch 99 for one thing. I don't think that sounds awful safe.
I kind of like the name.
You
It's
like
got a
that
certain
name?
ring to it. Safe, I don't know if anything we're going to find is going to be safe with the kind of things we're doing.
There's
But
going to be a lot of sinners down there.
yeah, I don't know. I reckon the Lord's got a bit more to worry about than people trying to party, having a good time.
If you say
I think
so,
the kind of
Mr.
things
Cole.
we've seen these last months, we ought to know that by now.
All right. Well, are you ready to go?
Hell yeah. Let's get out there.
Well, I got the truck packed up and all, and I'm ready to hit the road.
All right, I'm right behind you. Let's get
Vancouver
up.
by night. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Sorry, I'm interrupting you guys to talk to the chat people, because the chat people are also cool. Yes.
Welcome in, fresh chatters.
Yes. Cool. Right, so you get on the road. Brum, 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 driving. Yuri.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what our transportation is going to be, but I do have a 1976 Harley Shovelhead that I would, if I'm driving by myself, that's what I would be using.
Okay.
I'm assuming we have a car, considering we have resources of 5.
Yeah, you
probably
definitely
have a bloody
cars.
fleet.
Yeah.
So we'll probably carpool at that point in time. Just
Okay, so you're just waiting on Newbie to get up, basically.
yeah, I'm actually gonna go knock on her coffin.
Can he get into as
No.
far as your coffin? You can get as
No.
far as her room.
You can-
No, well, if that's the case, then I already know that, and I'll be like,
You can knock on like the
she's
the
going to
arcade
make...
machine, or that's quite close to it. But
I get the cell phone. I'm like, hey, yeah, you newbie.
Maybe
This
your
is not
phone
working.
Does whatever your phone does when it rings, it does that. Your phone
all
goes.
right.
"Ah."
All right. I'm good.
I'm imagining it's humor me for a moment. I imagine it's that one guy who's just been woken up and he's just barely squinting his eyes open, just in like, how dare.
Yep. I open up the locker I'm in, and then I look at my phone to see who it was.
Yeah, it was Yuri.
Who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You could
I won't
probably,
answer it here.
for some, I get the sensation or the feeling that you can almost see his shadow underneath the crack of the door outside your door, sort of pacing around,
Shifting from foot to foot,
right?
shuffling, cursing and swearing at the cell phone.
I will pick up my bearded dragon, put it on my shoulder. I'll put on a different mask for today. It'll be the kitsune mask, or a fox in black. It's completely black. And I'll go up to the door.
Okay.
And there'd be the wall
Do you open
of
the
Yuri.
Okay, I'm up, but
Oh, hey, excellent.
Did you open
Excellent.
the door, or is the door still closed?
door's open.
Okay.
You can't come in. I have to do a few things, like gotta get myself a new energy drink.
Okay, so I meet you in garage and I
Okay.
get car ready.
All right. Here, look after Howl, okay? Here, I put Howl the bearded dragon into Yuri's hand. Howl,
Okay.
like Howl's Moving Castle. Sorry,
Mhm.
Castle. Have you
I
watched
got
it
the
yet?
reference.
It's a good
Have,
movie.
have you watched it yet, Yuri?
Yes, I've watched it. It's good. I did not
Good.
understand a lot of the premises. It was, I don't know, cartoon people flying about and doing strange things, but it was entertaining. Yes.
Good. Look after Howl, okay?
Yes,
Go, sweetheart.
yes, I take lizard.
Yes.
So yeah, I just take the
Goodbye.
lizard.
All right. So you take the lizard. Newbie goes off to do her business.
Yep, go to get ready.
Does Valen, what are you doing? Are you going to meet them as well before getting in the car?
I may as well. I'll be on my phone a little bit too, looking up, some warehouse locations.
Right, finding an apartment of some description. So
More specifically, a warehouse.
Right.
I need a bit more space than just, a typical
Right.
apartment.
Right.
An apartment is enough room to leave evidence. A warehouse could mean anything.
Right. Okay. Very cool. All right. So, long story short, you end up on the road together. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you eventually get to Anarch 99. And
Yes.
now, my question is, who gets there first? Is it going to be Matthias or these guys? I think probably Matthias, because they're a little bit more organized. So Matthias, what do you do when you get there? You just go and park up somewhere and wander in?
Yeah, so as the car kind of comes to a stop near the club, I probably turn to Jensen. Now look, I don't mind you keeping an eye on the place. That I really appreciate that, but I don't want you coming in and getting involved unless it looks like it's going to be really necessary, all right? I think we've learned enough to know that I can take care of myself to a certain degree, but the people we're meeting are anything like me, then, well, some of the ones we've met before, I don't know how safe you'll be, so.
Well, Mr. Cole, if anything happens, you just run out here straight in the car and we will drive as fast as we go.
You got it. I ain't sticking around if things look like they're going to turn south.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, open the door, put on my coat, and I'll head on in to the nightclub.
All right. You head into the nightclub. Okay. And in the nightclub, you see a bunch of people buying drinks, people dancing, you know, all the usual things. Bartenders at the bar.
Heavy German industrial music playing in the background.
Yeah, he tries to find a spot sort of, a little way in, not right by the entrance, but away from the bar where he can just sort of, hang on the sidelines and just kind of observe, keeping an eye out on the door, but not wanting to sort of stare, just looking like he's kind of minding his own business.
Okay, cool. All right, so you hang out there for a while. Now these guys will turn up. What do you guys do? You park nearby, obviously. Get out of the
Yes.
car.
I will hop out and obfuscation
Okay.
with a floating lizard, I suppose. What am I gonna do with the bearded dragon?
I don't know. What are you gonna do with the bearded dragon?
I just hold it.
Okay. Well, as long as you're holding it, it's obfuscated.
Okay.
This does not work on people. Just for the rules.
Fair. No, that's fine. Absolutely fine. So I will walk in, avoiding all the lines,
Right.
trying to avoid the bouncers.
Right.
I could probably dodge under them.
How big is this place, do you think, Yuri?
It'll be a single floor with like kind of what do we call it, the steel grating that we'd use for like
Yes.
temporary platforms.
Right. Yeah.
So that would be like on like the second level with stairs leading up to it. Also, again, very industrial like. So it'd be more or less a small, not warehouse, but converted stonework building, so brick building.
Right. Sort of like a red brick building?
A red brick building, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you head in and,
Yes.
you see what I described earlier, except now you would recognize Matthias because you've watched videos of him and seen pictures of him, etc., etc., etc. And all three of you have seen those pictures and videos because Newbie showed them to you on the previous evening.
Yes, I did.
Right. Okay, so as you wander in, you see Matthias. What is Matthias doing at this point?
He's still just sort of keeping an eye out. He's looking maybe a little bit kind of anxious, but he's doing his best to kind of suppress it so he doesn't want to draw unwanted attention. He's just kind of hoping that whoever it is that's messaged him will recognize him because he doesn't really know at all who he's looking for.
Right.
The beauty of it.
Somebody bumps into you on the way past Matthias. I'm sorry, sorry.
Excuse me.
Looking like a deer in the headlights.
So
Oh, sorry.
they're just checking you out right now. Is that pretty much the situation?
Sorry, what?
Do I even notice him, to be quite honest? I mean, like,
You can make a perception.
Yuri, as soon as he walks into the bar, all of a sudden the music and the atmosphere is just like, this is good.
He is in element. Yuri finds element. All right.
Let's find perception and alertness. Holy shit, he's on point.
Wow. Okay. All right. Maybe it's the adrenaline, or well, no, because you're a vampire, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you see him. You see him there.
Like I'm wandering. Well, not wandering. I'm doing the. He's bruiser. Bruiser's activated. And he just moves with just the utmost confidence of somebody his size, of strength 5, potence 3, bruiser. and just come over and I lean just to the left, put a hand on the shoulder, and Matthias, is this you?
Matthias tenses for a moment, but then forces himself to relax. Yeah? What was that?
What, you cannot hear me over this great music? I
It's
give
all
him a bit of
right, but
squeeze on the
I'm having
shoulder.
a hard time making it out. What was that? Can we find somewhere quieter to talk?
Quiet. Ah, fine.
I didn't come here to dance. If we could just find somewhere, I was hoping to have a bit of a conversation.
I'm gonna clip that line.
And I grab him by both the shoulders and like, yes, we can talk. Like, pick him up.
Newbie's following in the area. Keeping an eye on
Matthias is
these
looking a
two.
bit sort of stunned,
Valen?
but just kind of waiting to see what Yuri does next.
He doesn't do anything aggressive. He's just aggressive. Like, that's just the way he is, right? Everything is purposeful. He grabs things. Like, everything is with purpose. So it's not like
after a
he's trying
moment-
to be, pardon me?
So after a moment, then once he realizes this isn't sort of aggressive or hostile, Matthias said, "So you're gonna put me down somewhere we can have this chat, or are we just gonna stand here all night?"
Yeah. I drop you in the middle of the floor, and I'm assuming that I know the bar well enough that I can find a place that's quiet.
Sure.
Quote unquote.
I tell you what, you know that there is a storeroom out the back. Typically, people are not generally allowed in the storeroom, but you know the barman a little bit. You can make a persuasion check if you want, some kind of manipulation and
Charisma and streetwise?
charisma and streetwise. Yeah, that could work.
Okay. Charisma and streetwise
You
it
go
is.
over to the guy. He's busy serving drinks and counting cash.
Second. Oh, you gotta be bloody kidding me. It's like my best roll.
What'd you get?
0.
I guess you're gonna have to roleplay this.
I am, yeah.
All right. So
I'm assuming I might know his name. I'm looking for a quiet place that me and Fred can talk. I know you have storeroom out back, and I borrow it for 15 minutes.
what? You want to use the storeroom at the back?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my hearing's not too good. I just need somewhere a little quieter where we can have a conversation.
This you can't use the storeroom. It's a storeroom. It's for storing. You can't just use there. It's No. Sorry.
Do you have someplace else that is quiet?
Would you like a
Eat bar.
drink? I can give you a drink.
Yes, I would like a drink, but also like someplace quiet to speak.
Why did you come
bruisers.
here? It's a bar. Why did you come to a bar for a quiet talking?
Hands on bar, both of them. I stare at him directly in the face. Bruiser's active, intimidation, and charisma. That's it.
All right.
It's pissing him off.
Bring it on.
Hopefully this works better. So charisma, intimidation. Come on.
Oh, amazing.
What'd you get?
6
Six
successes.
Nice. Okay. Okay. All right. It's okay. All right. Everyone calm down now. It's going to be all right. Yes, I'm sorry. I'll be back shortly, he says to some of the other patrons. He turns around. Katharina, can you look after these people? And he takes you guys around to the storeroom and unlocks the door and pushes it open. It's a fucking cold room, right? Full of beer and alcohol and stuff, frozen stuff, cold stuff. So it's a refrigerated space. Okay. Quiet enough for you.
He's just quiet. I pat him on the shoulder and I slip him a $100 bill.
Hey, thank you, Yuri. It's good. Thank you. Takes the money.
Yes.
Closes the door behind him. Now, I'm assuming that Newbie followed him in.
Newbie definitely followed.
And she's obfuscated.
Yep. She would have also, along the way, she would have taken someone's drink, just like half drunk. Yeah,
Swept
she
off
likes
the
to
table.
have something in her hand.
Okay.
a beverage in her hand. Not that
Alright.
she drinks it.
Yep. Valen, I haven't heard from you since they went to the bar. What are you doing?
I believe I would have went with them in this kind of regard. I think I'm just going to be as
Trailing along.
I'll just be pretend to be one of the bar patrons for a while, just kind of watching the direction that they went, just kind of being a
Look out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't have any way to contact them, as I have never taken either of their phone numbers for anything.
But you kind of know where they went, so you know where to run to if you need them. All right.
Yeah, I'll just pretend
So
I'm on my
funny.
way to the bathroom and give a knock on the door and whisper something.
Okay. So there's a knock on the door.
No,
Or
not
you-
yet.
or you
But
will
you
do
get
that
you get my
if,
point.
If you have to, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Okay. Cool. So you guys are in the room, in the cold room.
I will make a perception and alertness check for that.
Sure. What are you guys doing in the cold room?
Assuming there's light in here,
Yeah,
once
yeah.
we get in, I am looking at Yuri.
Dim fluorescent
Really,
light.
yeah, I'm looking at Yuri really closely.
I will go.
You're like me, aren't you?
I'm like you. Not many people are like Yuri.
But in
But
one important way, I think we're alike. That's why you reached out to me, right?
it was not me that reached out. It was Newbie.
Newbie's going to like come out of obfuscate from behind a few crates or whatever there is that I can
Basically step out
use
of
to
the
unobfuscate.
shadows, right?
Couple of
I'll just
boxes of,
peek around with my kitsune mask, and just wave. A fully covered person is standing there with like this mask
Takes
on.
a step backwards.
So I'll give you a quick description now that you can actually see Yuri full. Towering figure. He's 6'2", 280 pounds. Possesses an imposing presence despite the scars that mar his torso and neck. Short black hair, striking green eyes. Basically, he's got remnants of radiation burns, just by the looks of it. He, with his bruiser, he also just radiates just a scent like aggression.
You can smell the
But-
testosterone pouring off him.
Yeah, exactly. The
Um,
difference is though he, even though he does come off as aggressive, you notice that his aggression is a lot of times it's just formulaic in the way he actually approaches people, but he doesn't necessarily mean harm.
Newbie's a lot smaller, a lot thinner than this dude. Polar opposites, really. As I said, she's completely covered up. She'll be wearing a hoodie, the face mask. Everything's covered. She wears latex gloves. Currently, she has a bearded dragon on her shoulder. We'll go with like a greeny one.
So a big fucking lizard, basically.
Yeah. And I will.
Probably smells a bit weird too.
Okay. I will come closer and sit on something.
Okay.
I'm Newbie. Nice to meet you.
Do you have a
Well,
voice
hi.
changer in your mask or anything like that?
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry, does Newbie have a voice changer in her mask?
No. Not that cool. Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, not on this one. On the Darth Vader one, yes.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hi. It's nice to meet you too. You with Yuri.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm always with
You're the one I
with
spoke to
Yuri.
online, wasn't it? You were the one that I was typing with.
That's right. I found out who you were, and I found out what you've been up to. I know what you are.
Why do you know about what I am? I'm
You're-
not even sure I know what I am at this point. What are you talking about?
You're one of us. Show him, Yuri. See, like if I was to do that, it wouldn't be as impressive.
Yeah, I kind of see you got a point there. It's,
A few.
has a certain effect on him, don't it? I imagine you. Well, I saw how he got his way in here in the first place.
Yeah.
You said you
So,
might have had answers. I'm getting you're not here to kill me, so
no, really, there's some things I want to find out.
uh,
Also,
uh,
there's some things you're here to find out about. Like, clearly you have no idea what you're doing. Do you know
well, not in this domain.
if you keep putting that stuff out onto the internet, someone's gonna find you and you won't last very long.
And they'll crush your head in a grape.
Why
Mm.
why would they want to do that?
They're more likely to just leave you out in the sun.
Is this was it something Tamarillo?
That's pretty
Tamarillo?
damn close.
Something sounds like a fruit anyway. Is that who you're talking about? I found something about them online.
You found something about them online.
Yeah, some kind of I don't know. Was it like vampire government or something like that? I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense to me.
This is
Wow.
mostly correct. Yes, the Camrilla, the ruling, if you can say that, ruling body of individuals that oversee the protection of the Masquerade. And if you break the rules, as I said, they crush your head like grape or stake you out to leave you die in the sun. In what I've heard from newbies, you are breaking Masquerade. You are bringing attention to yourself. And by extension, you bring attention to us, and this is not good.
So I take it you're not part of this little group, whatever they call themselves.
Newbie
Real, no.
shrugs.
We are part of it by extension. The fact that we are kindred, so it's we are part of it. And anything else outside of that is again more heads crashing like grapes, and this is not good.
So who
So we
decided that they get to be in charge? Don't sound like it's some kind of democratic system or nothing.
democracy. No. It's more like Russia, Soviet Russia. They put themselves in charge, and they keep control by strength, intimidation. And they do a very good job. And because I used to be enforcer for Gambriela, I know much about the punishment of
Hmm. So not so
people.
different from humans then. This is what they choose to do with their gifts that God's chosen to bestow upon them, use them to oppress, to cause harm.
It's really nice that you think God gave you this.
Wow. I know religion ain't for everybody, but I don't see too many other ways to explain to explain more than just that, but you ain't here for a sermon.
I'm having a hard time to believe that anybody thinks that some amorphic blob of deity came down and gave you these gifts. Why do you call them gifts?
Well, it ain't so different from the idea that God created humanity in the first place. I mean, if you're going to believe in a deity at all, you got to accept that every part of existence is somehow part of His plan, right?
Yeah, but we are non-existent. We live on fringes.
Yeah, but that ain't so different from people throughout history. Yeah, maybe we're a marginalized group now, but that ain't nothing new.
But we are apex predators.
Perhaps
Is
same could be said of humans, and yet we have choice, or did have choice about how we choose to act on those abilities that we might have. And of course, some chose to cause great suffering. We have that same choice now, as far as I see, anyway.
Yeah, this is good. You believe these things. Perhaps we'll have conversation about this later, but now it's more to do with saving your neck, and my neck, and Nubi's neck, and Valent's neck. And you are putting my family in danger. This is no good.
I'm sorry to hear that. It was certainly not my intention. How is it that my actions could put you in danger? I don't even know you.
Because Nubi has reached out to you, and other peoples have, I think, she's not the only one that knows how to use computers, and eventually they will find you. And we've already pissed them off enough. And they
All
might
right.
find
I mean,
connection.
I don't know too much about the computer side of things anyway. I mean, I was just trying to find some answers about what's going on, but Well, I don't know. Maybe I got some people I can ask right here, right now. But
We can provide you these
I
answers.
can,
You just need to stop what you're doing.
I can do that. It's no problem to me.
Excellent. Newbie, is this good?
Yes. Yes. However, I also want to ask you about what happened in Mississippi.
I don't want to say too much about that right now. Maybe if I get to know you a little better. But let's just say it's how I ended up in my current predicament.
You mean embraced?
Oh, right, the vampire thing. Yeah, that's what you call it. Yeah, that.
Okay. Um, do you have any idea who your sire is?
Yeah, I think I know what that one means. Yeah, I got some idea. Yeah, look, I can probably tell you that much. It's how I survived. I found the place she called it a haven, somewhere where she stayed out in the bayou. Had some information there, enough for me to get by. Uh, I, what do you need to know? I don't want to go too far into that side of things unless I really have to.
Do you know
Well,
what clan you were from? I think is what Newbie's tried to say. Is like if you know sire, then you know what clan.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
she said something about like what was it, Bruja? I don't know how you say that. Something like that.
Bruja.
Bruja? All right. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the one. But yeah, I don't know how you spell it. But Bruja, that sounds right.
I
He,
look at
he,
I look at
he,
Yuri, I look at Matthias. You can't see Newbie beaming underneath the mask.
he walks up to Matthias and he basically gives you a bear
So
hug.
cute.
Hey, welcome, brother.
After a moment, Matthias hugs him back. Oh, yeah, all right. That means something to you then.
I am Bruja.
You're Bruja. So,
Yes.
so, so what does that mean? That's some kind of, I don't know, like a breed of dog or something?
We are not dogs. We're a
No,
vampire.
I mean just like like a different species kind of thing. I don't quite get the gist of how this all works.
It's clans. They
Clans.
possess different abilities based on our clans and also the clan union as well. I say Bruja, very strong. Not many other
Right.
clans are as strong as Bruja.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I'm on the right side then.
Yes, you are very much on the right side. You just stop typing on these computer things.
All right. Well, that I can do. I'll stick to notepads from now on.
Maybe stick to keeping it in your mind. Just take everything down in your brain hole.
Yes, because
Yeah.
if enforcers come like I did many years ago, we take everything. We take everything.
All right.
Just so we find something about you that we can twist, like steak and heart.
Or
I know
nipples.
Like I need to give some better thought to my security. All right. I'll take that under advisement.
Hmm.
Oh no, it is not under advisement. Is you need to bloody well stop right now. Otherwise, enforcers come by and they stake you. Or
Oh, I stop. All right. I got
yes,
it.
excellent. This is good. Can we leave? It's not getting cold, but I'm missing
Yeah.
music.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll go with you if you'll have me along. It sounds like I got a lot to learn.
Yeah, I grab him on the shoulders and lead him out. It's like, you're like mosh pit.
Newbie's gonna pop back into obfuscate when she gets a chance. She'll be dancing, but nobody can watch. Dancing like nobody's watching.
Because nobody is watching.
Nobody can see her. Yeah.
So long story short there, I take him to the mosh pit. I introduce him.
Introduce him to the mosh pit.
You have to do it.
Newbie,
I think
you
Matthias
can make a perception
sort of just
check.
looks like he's listening for a few moments and then kind of surprises you by doing a surprisingly energetic, although slightly awkward looking dance with kind of limbs flailing everywhere.
You're getting jiggy with it.
Oh, where is Valen? What's he up to?
What's Valen up to? Is he feeding?
I'm
Does he
just
snore?
casually over here at the bar, still keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to sneak up on him, and then I'm going to put Howl on his shoulder.
Just out of nowhere, a bearded dragon just.
Plops onto you, yes.
He's just gonna take one hand and just casually, just gently pet him on the head.
Aw.
He does the equivalent of what, lizards do when they purr. I don't know what that is.
Just kind of closes his
Breathe.
eyes a moment. Just kind of closes his eyes there and just kind of
They sort of just
almost a slight mock smile.
narrow down and.
Yeah, my niece has a bearded dragon. That's exactly what they do. They just kind of like shoot.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So what's
I'm
next?
just
Yep.
I'm just assuming you will just appear behind me at some point, or are you just still there?
Obfuscated.
I'll be sitting beside you, obfuscated.
I'm just going to assume you're nearby and just kind
With
of
the drink in
wave
hand.
at the direction I assume you are.
Newbie, can
So
you make
close.
a perception alertness check, please?
Sure. It's not great. It is actually pretty damn good. It's 2 successes.
2 successes. Well,
Hey.
you notice that there are security cameras in this club.
Okay.
They'll be questioning how did this bearded dragon appear on this man's shoulder. I'll just say secret compartment and a magic trick.
Well, the thing is, and I don't know whether your characters know this, but Newbie knows this.
I do.
The security cameras, video cameras, can see through obfuscate.
Yes. I think I will keep an eye out for people that are keeping an eye out for that.
Okay.
If someone comes towards me, I will
No, it doesn't seem to be the case.
disappear. But I think for the most part, it seems to be okay.
Seems pretty normal.
Yeah, I'm just a regular person doing regular things.
Yeah, I mean, you're a little overdressed for this particular bar, but no, it's not illegal to wear a gas mask, I don't think.
Oh, I'm wearing a kitsune
Oh,
mask.
kitsune mask, right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We here, we're vibing.
Yeah.
And
That is perfectly
post-COVID.
acceptable in an industrial bar.
Right. It's post-COVID.
I also love that I'm not even questioning the fact that the bearded dragon just appeared on my shoulder. It's just, friend.
And then it was
Yeah,
there.
friend.
Okay. Cool. So, what's
So-
next, ladies and gentlemen?
After the mosh pit, I'll take Matthias to the bar and next to Balin and Newbie. And so, what do you think? We bring him back to Haven or what? Cut them loose?
I'm gonna send-
any.
Go
Oh, I
ahead,
haven't
please.
I haven't seen any troublemakers around here, so I would presume it's possibly safe. But, nah, I got nothing. I think we could probably take him back or let him go with whoever he came here with, because nobody ever goes out to these kind of things alone. They have some kind of backup somewhere.
Newbie sends a text to Yuri, because I can do that while obfuscated. So I'm just gonna send a text to him saying, I think we should take him back.
Yuri, does your phone light up in some obnoxious kind of bright-colored lights and make have a ringtone?
Yes, it's an extraordinarily obnoxious thing because it needs to get his attention. Otherwise, he'll just completely ignore it.
Right. Okay. So that's what happens.
We should take him back.
Also, I never did give what my role was for that perception alertness check. A grand 1 success.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you probably noticed the security camera as well.
Yeah, I was looking specifically for anyone that might want to cause problems.
You didn't see
Or,
anybody particularly. It seems like a pretty neutral kine bar, kine being the term for humans.
yeah.
Did I overhear? Was I hearing this conversation between everybody?
I assumed you had, yeah.
Okay. Look, well, I appreciate the potential offer of hospitality, but I got my own place to stay. If I knew where I could find you, though, I'd sure be keen to spend a bit more time. I got some more questions I'd like to ask.
Well, you're perfectly welcome to come to club. Club is called the Haven. It's out on the loop in the industrial area. If you would like to come by, it is up to you. But just remember what I said.
Do you have a card?
What Newbie said.
Do you have a business card for the Haven?
Yeah, no, I understand. There's a few more things I'd like to figure out before I exit this life for good. So I'll certainly be keeping things on the down low.
I send a text to Yuri saying he looks like a Miyazaki character.
Well, I need to ask about that later. He says that out loud. Here's business card for the Haven. And I mean it. It is a haven to our kind.
Thank you. Well, that's very kind of you.
It is very much a lot humans, but easy place to feed.
All right, I'll be sure to pay you a visit.
Excellent. Well, I think I've had enough of Anarchy 99. Newbie, Valen, do you want to head?
Valen's just going to finish his drink in the moment, just kind of nod along. Remind me to come back here sometime. I like this place.
Yes, it's good. Yes. Our DJ, the DJ that plays at Haven, plays here as well. She's good.
Make a note of that.
Maybe he's
She's
gonna be
also
like,
one of my herd.
yes.
Meanwhile, Valen also still kind of just scaling through his phone, looking for a moderately well-sized warehouse.
Okay.
If it looks like there's a good opportunity, then Matthias will get up and leave the bar. He sort of wants time to sort of like think about the people he's met before sort of deciding his next move.
Okay.
And talk with Jensen.
So you get in the car with Jensen. He looks at you and he doesn't say anything, but he looks pensive.
Well, I'm not too sure what to make of that, Jensen.
Well, you came out, that's one thing.
Yeah.
You're still alive, Mr. Cole.
They seem like people. Not really that different from you or me before this all happened. So I guess like people, there's going to be some good there. There's going to be some bad there. I think it's going to take some time. I might need to get to know them, try and work out what they're about, and well, you know, see whether they got something that we can learn from, something we can teach them, or
Well,
maybe they're.
I got a question for you, Mr. Cole.
Yeah, what's that?
Did they seem to be God-fearing folk?
There seem to be folk like any others. I don't think they're right with the Lord, if that's what you're meaning. But
That is what I'm asking you.
But they don't seem too much worse than the normal folk we come across in our line of work. I don't think they're any more lost than the rest of the people out there. I think they might come around. Might be a way we can get them to see the light.
But Mr. Cole, what about the whole thing with the, you gotta do that thing that you gotta do every night. Now you go to a great deal of trouble not to hurt nobody. How about these people? They go to that trouble. Do you think they go home at night and they think about it? They cry about it? They can't sleep.
Well, I don't know about that, but well, you know what I believe. We can't avoid it. We can't get away from it. This country's built on blood. Just because I don't know, just because the rest of the people there in the club can go home to their comfy beds and not have to think about it because it's not right in their face the way it is now for me, for you. They're no different from anybody else. I don't think we should be writing people off just because they got a bigger burden to bear, some greater kind of crisis of conscience that they got to deal with.
No, Mr. Cole, I don't mean you should write them off. I just think about your safety. I want to make sure that you are going to be okay and that you are going to stay right with the Lord. I don't want to see you straying or nothing.
I understand that, but I don't think there's any danger there. I didn't get that sense. I think I'll be safe, at least long enough to work out the lay of the land and see where we want to go from there.
So, are you going to see them again?
Yeah, I think I will. I've been thinking on it, but I think I will. I'm gonna pay them a visit, maybe tomorrow night.
All right.
I'll keep you posted. Hey, look, I'll hand them the card. This is where they hang out. Maybe during the day again, you could
go and check them
check
out.
it out. I need you to be real careful though. I think they seem like a suspicious sort. I don't want you doing anything that could raise any attention. Just go have a look, see what you can see during the day.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Cole, where is it to now?
Well, I think I need to have some time to reflect and pray, and then I think I might be having an early night, I guess.
All right, well, I'll take you back. Let's
do it.
Brum, brum, brum. You drive off. Okay, and Yuri and Newbie and Valen and Newbie and Yuri. Newbie and Casper and Yuri. Some combination thereof. What are you guys doing?
Well, I hop in Yuri's vehicle and I unobfuscate.
Valen, are you in the same vehicle with them? I'm assuming
May
you
as
all
well.
went together.
I got shotgun.
I take back my bearded dragon.
Yes. The one that was just vibing on my shoulder the entire way out.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a chat to him. Ask him how his night went.
The bearded dragon?
How did your night go, little one? Little Hal? Yeah. Because I can speak to animals.
Animals, right. You can talk to animals.
Animalism.
Right, animalism. Well, he gives you the strong impression that he saw a lot of flashing lights and it was really noisy and not very comfortable.
Oh, you poor thing. I'll keep that in mind next time.
He prefers like a handbag or something and preferably something that's soundproofed.
Oh, yep. I can do that.
Sensitive ears.
I'll get you some little earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that?
I could just imagine that now. These little tiny fuzzy earmuffs over a bearded dragon.
Right. That's what AI art is good for.
Truly, we need more of this in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back to the club.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you get to the club, and upon arriving, what do you do?
Thank you for coming along. I think we found out a little bit of information, but I really want to know more about what happened in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, so we'll
have to
loop
figure that out.
Valen in to the conversation that we had with Matthias. I do mention Mississippi specifically just because like we said. You mentioned you were from south, Mississippi, close to where you were. You came from.
A few states over, past the river.
Aha. Yes. Is it close-ish?
I mean, let's see. It's probably about, if you're lucky, maybe, I'd say give or take 10, 12-hour road trip. Non-stop.
Did you
Yes,
ever
of
hear
course.
anything? Did you ever hear anything about Mississippi? And not too long ago.
Can't say that I have. I also, he has to go into thought for a moment. Oh, pardon me, my forgiveness. It's actually about a 5-hour road trip. Forgot we cut straight through Alabama to get there. I don't know why I was thinking I had to loop around through Tennessee and all that.
So it is
see.
actually quite close to where you came from.
So you guys are gone into the club at this point, right?
Mm.
Into the main bar.
No,
Can I
exa-
get perception alertness checks, please?
Came into the back where the garage is.
You go upstairs, blah blah blah, wind your way in. The bar's open, right,
Exactly.
at this point.
Checks
Yes.
from all of us.
Yep.
Just the one. Whoa, nice.
Crispy.
Yeah.
So 1 success from everybody. Is that what I'm hearing?
One
Three.
for
Oh,
me.
3 from Yuri.
4
Yes.
from me.
4 from you, Anubi. Still
I
waiting.
believe it would have been 3 for you.
3.
Yeah, correction, 3 because it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
1.
because of the one.
Okay.
Stupid ones.
Stupid one.
And just one for you,
Just one for
newbie.
you.
She's playing with our bearded dragon.
Right, okay, so she's a little distracted. Right,
Yeah.
the other two, you guys notice there is, amongst the various patrons here at the moment, most of them look kind of familiar. There's about 18 people in here at the moment in groups of 3s and 4s and a couple of single people sitting at the bar. Amongst the single people sitting at the bar, there is a dude that looks kind of familiar. And thinking about it, Yuri and Valen, you both recognize him from the night before. He's out of uniform, but he's the cop that came in here last night.
The one that was taking statements.
Yeah. He's got a drink. And he's
God damn it.
talking to the bartender.
I just sort of think like, where's Jonathan? Because I know he was talking to him.
I don't know if that's a problem or not.
Balaam, this is, you see the person at bar?
Hmm?
Is he same person that was talking to Jonathan last night?
Yep. I saw him
Oh.
outside.
What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to crush him with car door. That's what you're worried about.
You're the security one around here. There are cameras inside, aren't there?
That there is, yeah.
Well.
Is there one above the bar that I can see?
Yeah, is there one above the bar?
Yes, watching the cash registers.
See if you can't get a gleam on the conversation they were having before we arrived.
I'll see what I can do. I'll do my best to sort of use other people to obfuscate behind. If I can't, that's fine. I'll just walk like a normal person, non-obfuscated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going out back,
All right. You go
going
up
to
back.
the basement,
Okay. This
please,
guy.
I believe.
This guy seems fairly alert, like he's looking for someone.
Kind of guy that looks like he's wearing a wire.
He notices you walk past, but he doesn't really pay you much attention, maybe. And then you go out the back to your computer room, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're going to go back through the footage.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't mind finding out how long he's been there for.
He's been here for about 25 minutes. He's had 2
Okay.
drinks.
Cool.
He's drinking
Has he
cheap
looked
whiskey.
around often? What's his
Yeah,
demeanor look like?
He seems to be like he's looking around. He's alert. He's not like super tense or anything, but he's alert.
Okay. Do we have like voice?
Comms,
Like
you
The
recorded
good
voice?
cameras.
I doubt that'll be the case because of how
Unlikely.
loud the noise gets
Yeah,
here.
no, I don't think so.
Okay. I will just message Yuri saying he's been here for 25 minutes. He's been looking around. He's had 2 drinks.
They show it to Balin.
He looks around and then he looks straight at you, Yuri, for a minute.
I lock eyes if he does.
Yeah.
Give my, increase my posture, put my shoulders back. Make sure Bruiser is in good form.
All right. So you're ready to rip his head off and shit down his neck?
Yeah, visibly.
Visibly.
But I'm not making any aggressive moves.
Okay. Okay. He goes to stand up, and then when you rise to your full height, did you say you stood up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to stand up when you stand up, but then when he sort of sees you rise like that, he actually just sits back down again.
Sit. No, not today.
He you can make a perception check, perception alertness check.
So 1.
One success.
Yes.
Yeah, you notice him pat the side of his jacket, like he's reassuring himself that there's possibly a handgun or something in his under his jacket.
I recognize the gesture.
Right.
Being an ex-enforcer and leg breaker.
Mm.
Okay, well, we've locked. He noticed me. I'm going to approach from behind the bar. And I'm going to just say, Magnus, I've got him.
Magnus wanders off.
Officer, what are you drinking?
Whiskey. So you obviously recognize me.
Yes. You were speaking with Jonathan last night.
Yeah. I was asking him a few questions about your legal status and work history, employment. He said he didn't have any records. He said they were lost in a fire. Is that true? Is there a fire here?
Oh, no, it was not here.
Oh,
It was back in Soviet Ukraine.
In the Ukraine, there was a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I may ask, how does the fire in Soviet Ukraine destroy your work records here at this bar? It seems a little bit of an inconsistency.
Of course, it's inconsistency. Things need to be kept under wraps. Yes.
I see.
So I bring out another glass, bring out some top shelf whiskey, pour him a double.
Okay, look, I get it. You're a tough guy, and obviously something's going on here, and I should keep my nose right out of it. But I'm one of those guys that just can't fucking seem to keep my head down. Last night when the whole shit went down, and I've seen the security footage from the street, and you flipped that car like it was made of fucking toast, man. I mean, the fuck was that about? What were you on, man?
Angel dust.
You're a big guy. Angel dust? You're on fucking angel dust? And you're just telling me that?
Do you believe me?
Maybe. You're a big guy, maybe. I can't explain it. But,
So then perhaps this is explanation enough for you, yes?
Well, not entirely, because you see, there was some other things that happened last night. For example, we had you in the car, and my lieutenant was with you, and he told me that Chief was in the car with you, and he got a call, and they didn't book you for what you did. Now, I know, Yuri. Yuri, that's your name, right? No last name, just Yuri?
Just Yuri.
Just Yuri. Well, I know from last night that you killed that guy with a fucking car door. You fucking murdered him. That was first degree, straight off the fucking bat. You fucking killed that guy. I know it happened. And then you flipped the car. Or whatever order it happened. I wasn't there, but I saw the fucking pictures and I saw the mess that you left. You ripped the door off the car, Yuri. Angel dust? Okay. Maybe. But you know what else happened was that you didn't get booked. In fact, we got orders from on high. We got pulled off this case. And I want to know why.
Why do you need to know why? Why does it bother you so much?
Well, because I'm fucking interested, okay? I'm fucking interested. That's why. Maybe I'm stupid, maybe I just have a big fucking nose. But
Oh, and sometimes there are mysteries that need to remain mysteries.
he lights a cigarette. Do you want a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke.
He takes one out and casually puts it in his mouth. Takes out a lighter. How close are you?
Those are going to kill you.
How close are you standing to him?
So kind of leaning.
Hmm.
Because I've actually had to pour the glass and I was pushing it toward him.
You can make a self-control check.
Scary fire.
Scary, scary fire. Rostrek.
This is not good.
Oh.
Holy shit! I am 3 successes.
3 successes.
Amazing.
Lady,
You
Lady
don't
Luck
even
has smiled.
blink. You don't even blink. All right, cool. You remain as cool as a cucumber. And he lights that cigarette
feel so
right in your
bad.
face. And he blows the smoke fan out the side of his mouth. So, angel dust. You know that's like out of game. I don't know what kind of offense that is. I'm assuming it's a class A drug. It's like 30 years in prison or some shit.
For possession, but just saying that I actually was on it doesn't prove anything. They
Right.
would actually have to do blood tests and actually find possession.
Oh, of course, but you've told him that he's a cop, right? And he, you know, there's the potential for him to go away and start an investigation.
If he really, really wanted to, if it
Right.
was something that he could grab onto.
Right. He could start looking. You know, it's the sort of thing that he might do if he's really as nosy as he seems.
But the idea is he's already curious, so
Yeah. So you got nothing. You're not going to tell me shit, huh?
I have told you plenty,
It's your friend,
and you've been
Mr.
told to back down.
Okay. Okay.
Why is it so hard for you to just let it go? I know you are curious, you said so.
Yeah.
But curiosity has... Well... We have all heard it. And I want a complete statement.
I've seen guys on angel dust, and they're strong, you know. And you look like a big guy. I admit that. But you flipped a fucking car. What does that car weigh? I mean, it must have been like a ton and a half.
Oh, at least about a ton and a half, yes.
Yeah, maybe even 2. Who knows? Now, I don't know. I just find that physically fucking hard to believe that you just flipped that fucking car. And then you ripped the door off. After it ran over your foot. How is your foot anyway? You seem to be walking just fine.
I'm a big guy, like you said. I wear Dayton's. It didn't hurt as much as you think.
Okay.
Steel-toed boots. The win.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll leave it there then.
Yes, I think this would be good for you. Yes.
Well,
I was going to say good for his health. I was like, wait, nope.
Hold up. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.
Well, if you change your mind and you decide you want to talk about it. Here's my card. He gives you his card. His card says Robert Voss.
PI.
Yeah. No, he's a lieutenant. Actually, no, he's not even a lieutenant. He's like a low-level copper, low-level trooper kind of
Sergeant, trooper, somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah, sort of like one step up from the very bottom.
Good old beat cop.
Yeah.
Patrolman.
Yes, well, you enjoy your drink. It is top shelf. Do not let it go to waste.
He chucks
I
it
bid
back.
you good evening.
Good evening. Just wanders off, leaves the bar. The doors swing back as he leaves.
It did kind of do the whole head nod towards one of the bouncers. Darius Barshek is one of the guys.
Darius comes over to you. Yuri, what is it?
Yes.
This guy,
want you to-
want...
Nah, just come.
Okay. What is it, Yuri?
Okay, just next time you see this cop,
He's
come
a
to the
cop.
front door.
This one is a cop, huh?
He's a cop, yes.
You want him to break his legs.
No, Jesus. Darius. What I want you to do is let me know, phone me, text me. Just give me a heads up. I don't like being surprised by cops in my place of business.
Okay. Texting. Alright, texting. Always texting.
Yes, I don't like it either, but it's easy once you get used to it. Doopy keeps trying to tell me how to do it and this and that and but it's good. It's good.
Yuri, who is this new guy here? He points at Valen.
Oh,
I've kind of just escorted myself over to a booth. I'm just kind of sitting there.
he's
Doesn't
Valen.
look like this bar, you know.
No, no, he's I say the word in Russian, poof.
Okay. Twitch shuts us down.
Exactly. Damn it.
It's a character choice thing.
Exactly. Yes, I understand, and he says that in Russian. And but he seems good fellow. He has very similar ways of thinking, so this is good.
You like this one, huh? Okay.
Like is yet to be determined. Trust, not even close.
Even less so.
Does what's this guy's name? Dimitri? Did you say or?
The bouncer?
Yeah.
Darius.
Darius.
Okay. Is he a ghoul or a? What does he know? Does he know about vampires? Does he know about?
He's part of my herd. Yes, he does. He knows about vampires.
Okay,
yes.
cool. All right. So he says, this one, he's like you or like me or something else.
Well, he's like me.
What?
He's like me.
So he's a little stupid then.
Darius. I clap him on the shoulder and give him a squeeze.
He claps you back.
You funny guy. This is why I keep you around. You make me laugh.
I know. Funny guy. Okay, back to work.
Yes, watch front door.
He wanders off back to the door. All right. Matthias.
Maybe we'll come back out with like a little handmade pair of little earmuffs for Howl.
Okay.
Them on his head. And then I'll sit over with Valen.
That's Charlie, keeping it real.
Yeah.
All right. So you're sitting over by Valen.
He was so concerned. He didn't like that loud music. There's loud music everywhere.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That's adorable, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And in a rare turn of moment, he actually gives a genuine smile just seeing the little bearded dragon with a set of nice little fuzzy earmuffs on.
All right. Matthias, what do you do when you get back to your, I dare say, haven? What passes as a haven?
So my haven,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Matthias returns to the small, kind of like single-story bungalow in a sort of middle-class suburban area. It's all pretty tidy on the outside, white weatherboard kind of thing. And he, goes inside and tells Jensen that he wants some time for prayer and meditation. Goes down into his little kind of basement area, which is done up in a very Spartan kind of fashion. He's got his bed, he's got his kind of wash stand, and an area where he clearly, and sort of a desk there as well, an area where he goes to pray as well, which is where he goes now, and sort of kneels down on the little cushion that he's got there, and draws a sort of deep breath, says, Lord, I hope you're out there tonight. I'm in need of your guidance. I don't know. I don't know what path I should be on anymore. I want to believe that you've got a purpose, Lord. I want to believe that I'm doing your work, but sometimes I have to wonder if the shepherd is really tending to his flock. I see the jaws of the wolf clamped around the neck of that lamb. I see the blood flowing. I wonder where you are, Lord. Am I just talking to a void? I don't know. I can't believe that. Can I?
Can you make a
I
perception?
have to think that there's some purpose to all of this, that this trial you've put me through, these gifts that you're giving me, that you intend me to put them to some use, that these kindred, that they're instruments of your will as well, Lord, that perhaps I just have to find a way to bring them to the light, to help them to see what I want to see. Anyway, I don't know if I got too much else to say, Lord. I just hope you send me some guidance, because I sorely need it right now.
Can you make a perception alertness check, please?
Sure. How do we do that? Sorry, I'll have to get faster at using this character sheet. Here we go.
It's all good.
That do it. So that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Upstairs in the main house, you hear in the distance a knock on the door. The time at this point is probably, what, like 10 o'clock? Yeah, 10 p.m., something like that. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I stand and...
Who would normally answer the door? Would you do it, or is Jensen here, or somebody else?
I think Jensen would, if he knew that I went to pray, he would answer the door.
Okay. All right. Well, then you in the middle of your prayer, you hear Jensen answering the door and having a conversation with someone, and then you hear the door close, and then you hear conversation continuing, and then you hear the sound of the kettle, teacups stirring, that sort of thing. A man's voice. Stranger.
I rise, make my way up the steps, and try and find who it is that Jensen's invited into our house.
Right. Well, as you get to the top of the stairs, you find that in your kitchen, at the kitchen table, Jensen is having a cup of tea with a stranger in a suit. He's a very nice-looking fellow with blonde hair. Very well kept. Extremely immaculate, in fact.
Is he drinking tea as well?
He has a cup in his hand.
I make my way into the kitchen. Jensen, I didn't know we had a visitor.
Yeah, Mr. Cole. This is the Mr. Cole I was telling you about, Mr. Newberry.
Mr. Newberry, I go to shake his hand. Matthias Cole, I'm glad that I could entertain you in my humble abode. What brings you out on this night?
Well, thank you, Mr. Cole. Please, if I may shake your hand. It's a great honor to meet you at last. I have come across some of your teachings and thoughts and words online and other domains as well.
I would like to think they're the teaching of the Lord. I can't claim them as my own.
Well, specifically, it's the way that you've come across in your teachings that I find especially interesting. I just wanted to come and see you with my own eyes, Mr. Cole.
Well, here I am,
Here
in
you
the
are.
flesh.
So, Mr. Cole, you've been putting out some interesting information online.
Online? I'm afraid that's a little over my head. I like to stick to face, like to see a man in the eye.
I see. Well, I'm here now, and it seems to me that you've been asking questions about things that, well, one should be very careful about the kinds of questions one asks.
Isn't that just the nature of man, to question, to want to make sense of his world? But I get the sense that
Mr. Newberry turns.
you're not here for the kind of answers that I've been talking about.
Mr. Newberry turns to your herd member, Jensen, and he says, "You should probably go at this point." And Mr. Jensen just leaves. He just leaves, kind of uncharacteristically walks off. Now,
Mr. Newberry,
yes, please call me Jason.
Jason, I think you should probably come clean about why you're really here.
Well, actually, it occurred to me that a man in your position was bound to find himself in a spot of bother at some time in the near future, and I've decided that I would like to represent you. Here's my card. I'm a lawyer. If you find
Legal
yourself,
trouble. That's the kind of trouble you're expecting for me.
well, the legal trouble will be short-lived. It will escalate quickly. There will be some kind of trial, but it won't last long. These are the kinds of trials that are usually decided very quickly, perhaps you might say overnight.
And why would I need your services?
Well, you see, I'm curious, Mr. Jensen. How long, not Mr. Jensen, Mr. Cole, how long is it that you've been in Chicago for?
How long have I been? What?
In Chicago, in Illinois.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
I've been here about 4 months.
4
Why?
months. Wow. Well, you see, you're talking to me about the kinds of questions that all men ask, and it occurs to me that you, Mr. Cole, are not like other men, are you?
I'm not sure I get your meaning.
Oh, I think that you do get my meaning, Mr. Cole. I can see it all over you. It's like a slick, putrid stench that wafts off of you. This kind of fearful... Oh, it makes me a little uneasy.
All right. Say I do know what you're talking about. I still don't get what your angle is.
My angle? I don't need an angle. I just wanted to meet you first, before anybody else did. Because when they do, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time. Certain kind of risk comes with doing the Lord's work. It's part of what we have to accept.
I don't think you know what the fuck is going on here, do you? He just drops his card on your desk, on your table. Mr. Cole... Mr. Cole. Where are you from, Mr. Cole? And how did you get here? You are a delight.
Well, I don't understand enough about what you're talking about to
He leans...
really know what it is that you're after, but I don't think I got too much to offer you.
Mr. Cole, look at me. And when he does that, when he says look at me, he locks eyes with you, he commands you to look at him. Now, you can fight it if you want. Do we need to do that?
don't think so, no.
Okay. He puts his hands on your face, either side of your face. Mr. Cole, you're a vampire now. You're undead. There's no going back. There's no redemption. There's just this endless, long night where you will hunt and feed and prey upon your food. You will drink blood. And maybe for a day or a night, should I say, a week, a year, maybe 1,000 years if you're very, very fucking lucky. You're immortal now. Whatever God has to do with this, he doesn't fucking care. He's gone. He's dead. You know, in the Nietzschean sense. It's over for him. There's just us. And we're here. And we rule. You beginning to get it yet?
You think you're enlightening me? You think these ain't questions that I've grappled with my entire goddamn life? What the hell difference does it make if I'm vampire or human? My mind's still the same.
No, it's not the same. You're fucking hilarious. You think you're the same?
I think I face the same kind of trials as I did when I'm alive. You think you didn't?
Mr. Jensen,
You
get
think
up
your
here.
existence-
Mr. Jensen comes up the stairs. What is it? Come over here, Mr. Jensen. Put your hand out on the table.
Don't listen to that man.
Mr. Jensen, put your hand on the table now. Jensen puts his hand on the table.
Can I use any of my powers at this point?
You can. What powers do you have right now?
I'm not as familiar with these. I've got. What have we got? No, they're not on that sheet. Presence level 3.
Ooh,
So I don't know.
that's quite fuck off, actually. Okay. You can certainly try. Presence level 3 is
So I have to
what's the?
work out how this all works.
Is he blood bonded to him?
Is he a ghoul? Is he blood bonded to you? I got the impression he's just a
He's just a human.
that you feed on from time to time.
That's right. Yeah. So I guess it might be sort of entrancement. Is that?
So yeah, you could try entrancement. Yeah, you can make an entrancement check. I don't know what the dice are for that, but it will say under the system in the book.
Hang on, where do I? Sorry, I'm not.
That's okay. I will pull out the book, which I really should have had open, but I'm a slacker. Here we go. Vampire books.
Oh, it doesn't say the roll there.
So we'll just do a quick little search. Entrancement. Okay, so the system for this is that you roll. You have to spend a blood point, and you roll your appearance and empathy.
Okay, so how do I spend a blood point? I just mark one off on the sheet, is it?
Yep, you just mark one off on the sheet.
Okay, and I'm rolling appearance plus empathy.
Yep.
All right. How do I roll more than 5 dice? Oh. Sorry.
No idea how you do that, but you could feasibly...
Does it roll?
I just roll 5 and then I roll like whatever amount more.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do as a temporary fix.
Cool. Yeah, I'll work it out properly later. Okay, so we've got
Yeah,
Just tell me how many d6s you have, and then you could just do
We've got
slash
2.
roll all
D10s.
dice together.
D10s.
Okay, so I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
2 ones.
2 1, so 2 successes.
Yeah,
So
it
those
brings it
cancel.
down.
Okay, so entrancement. The power bends others' emotions, making them the vampire's willing servant. Due to what these individuals see as true and enduring devotion, they heed the vampire's every desire. Since this is done willingly, instead of having their wills sapped, these servants retain their creativity and individuality. While these obedient minions are more personable and spirited than the mind slaves created by Dominate, which is what Jason Newbury is using, they're also somewhat unpredictable. Further, since entrancement is of a temporary duration, dealing with a lapsed servant can be troublesome. A wise kindred either disposes of those she entrances after they serve their usefulness, or binds them more securely by a blood bond, making it much easier by the minion's willingness to serve. So, entrancement. So you got 2 successes, so that's 1 day of entrancement. How often do you use this power on him?
I'm not sure I've ever used it before.
So this is your first attempt to do that. Okay, so basically I'm going to roll Mr. Newberry's dominate stats to see if he can overcome your 2 successes. Yeah, I'm afraid he can. So Jensen puts his hand on the table and he's kind of shaking now. Mr. Cole, Mr. Cole. And Jason takes out from inside of his jacket a orange box cutter.
I stand up from the table. I think you should
Sit
leave.
the fuck down, he says to you, and he tries to dominate you.
Is this an opposed roll, or is it just...
It can be. You can also spend willpower points if you want to go that far.
No, I just do an opposed roll. If that's how
so
it works, I don't know the mechanics.
Let's have a quick look at the dominate system for what he's doing.
You probably have to roll like willpower or something, or
Yeah, it's very likely to be a willpower check. Druid gaze, obtenebration. There are a lot more disciplines in this book.
yeah. Yeah, there is.
Most of them suck. Okay, so A. Dominate, here we go. Okay, so first of all, he's made eye contact with you. Directives. Okay. Wits and subterfuge versus the target's willpower points. How many willpower points do you have?
5.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a difficulty.
Yep. Okay, so his, what did I say it was? Wits and something?
For command, mesmerize.
Mesmerize, wits and subterfuge. Wits and subterfuge for Mr. Newberry.
It doesn't seem right. I would have thought it was like manipulation and leadership or something.
Yeah, since it's like dominating, it seems odd.
Yeah. Or intimidation.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna fuck with the system to make it work realistically. Okay, so you've got 5 willpower, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think you might have been trying the forgetful mind, but
Really?
mesmerize is, well, at least with the old
Am I on the wrong
rules, it was
page?
manipulation and leadership.
Oh, you know what? You are right. I was looking at the wrong discipline. Thank you. Manipulation.
Thank mercy.
Thank mercy.
Yeah.
Manipulation.
Her old book.
And leadership.
Still versus current willpower.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay. He doesn't dominate you.
Oh.
He can spend a willpower point to do so. to get himself a success, which he will do.
Okay.
So at that point, you can spend willpower to continue resisting, or you can sit down.
No, so after a brief moment, he sits back down. Look, if there's a point you're trying to make,
Mr.
you
Cole,
can do it with your words. Violence is the last refuge of those who cannot persuade, who have no other way than to dominate and to oppress. Did you have something that you wanted to tell me?
puts the knife in front of you on the table. I have a point that I would like to prove.
I'm waiting.
Cut him.
Now, why would I do that?
Well, that is 3 successes on his dominate check.
I pick up the knife.
Mm-hmm.
I move it towards Jensen.
Mr.
You
Cole!
want to show me?
Mr. Cole! Come on, please, Mr. Cole.
You want to show me that you can control others? Is that what this is about?
No,
I move the knife closer.
that is not the point here. The point is what you're going to do when that blood sprays out all over your face and you lose control of yourself. Because I am here to point out to you that you are not like other men.
You think other men don't lose control? You think this is unique to us? Unless he's doing anything else, I'm carrying on, moving towards cutting him, unless there's a opposed thing I can do.
All right, stop. Fuck it. Never mind. You're obviously too fucking stupid to get this. How else can I put this? Well, in any case, Mr. Cole, people are going to come, they're going to find you, and they're going to stake you, and they're going to take you up to the Sears Tower, where they're going to drop you in front of the sunlight at dawn. Probably they're going to pour gasoline on you just to make sure. And then you're going to burn up to a little crisp and float away in the ashes in the air. Gone, poof. Or, if you're unlucky, they might have something useful for you to do. Now,
So if this ain't some kind of warning, I still don't get why you're here.
well, I'm just fucking with you, Mr. Cole. I don't really care. I just came to visit you and see for myself what kind of vampire would stand in the middle of moving traffic, in the middle of, right in the middle of the fucking freeway, man. I don't know what you're thinking.
I think Matthias is just kind of considering him at this point. Yeah, well, I suppose when it comes down to it, what I'm thinking, what I'm working out, ain't really too much none of your business. I see you're trying to make it your business, but I don't understand why. Until I understand where you're coming from, I ain't sure we got anything more to talk about. You want to make another point? Go for it. I can't stop you, obviously.
What clan are you from, Mr. Cole? Do you have one? Do you know what a clan is?
Yeah, I got that much.
You do? Oh, that's a good start. Okay. So you're not Caitiff then. That's good, because if you had been Caitiff, well, I guess somebody could have just picked you off and nobody'd know the difference. That'd be the end of you. But seeing as you've got a clan, well, I guess that means you've got representation.
I guess so.
That's a privilege, you know.
Yeah, well, don't feel too much like one at the moment.
He sips the tea and then spits it out. I don't know how the fuck you drink that shit. And he just drops the cup on the table and tips over and he flicks the cup on the floor and it smashes. Oh, you are a very strange fellow. So, I come from a clan quite different to yours. My clan is Clan Malkavian. We are insane. That's our hallmark. That's the thing about us. So,
Actually, you seem all too human to me. You call this insanity?
what, you don't think humans have insanity? You don't think mental illness is a human trait?
Ah, I think it's a lot more complicated than that. But so far, you just seem to be acting like a human,
I
coming in here, intimidated, trying to force your will on others. I don't see how that's any too different from what people do to one another.
I see. Well, I don't know. I think maybe insanity is something we all have buried deep within us. And,
Now, that's an argument I could get more on board with.
well, maybe you were embraced by the wrong clan.
Hmm.
Hmm?
It's all a bit over my head at this point. I guess I
Hmm?
just saw something I finally recognized in you, something that made sense to me.
Oh. I really like you. You are fun. I think you should come for a drive with me.
Now, is that a question or have I got a choice in the matter?
Oh, it's much more fun if you choose to come. I want to introduce you to a famous person, actually. You ever heard of the Great Chicago Fire?
I'm not too up on local history, but rings a bell.
Well, that's a mistake. You should get up to speed with local history. It's important around here. People around here will respect you if you know what you're talking about. Do you know the name Maureen O'Leary? That is, she's a very famous person. I mean, she was until she was sentenced. But remarkably, she survived that sentence, and she lives here today.
Some connection to the fire?
Oh yeah. She started it. They say that
And
a cow kicked over a lamp and spilled some gasoline and set the fire, some shit like that. But that's not really the case. There are local legends about Maureen O'Leary. She came from Boston. In any case, she lives here in Chicago at the Kindred Hospital. And she'd love you. She would have fun with you.
Mr. Newberry, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm a bit of a simple man. These long-winded stories, I can never quite see where they're going. There's a point to all this.
Not really. No.
Well, I got your card. Should I ever
Yeah.
want to get in touch?
Have you seen the prince yet?
Can't say that I have. That part of this vampire government thing.
Vampire government. Yeah, it's part of the vampire government. The prince is basically the top dog of the vampire government here in Chicago. His name is Prince Loden Olaf Holt, and you don't want to fuck with that guy. He is going to get pretty upset when he finds out that you've been here for 4 months, you see, because you really only have 3 days to declare your presence to a prince. After that, he has every right to call a bloodhound upon you.
Well, look, I ain't trying to get on the wrong side of anybody. I'm just trying to do my own thing.
So you see, ignorance is not really much of a case, Mr. Cole.
Not so much trying to make a case as just trying to explain where I'm coming from. I don't see what business it is of mine with the prince and
You are a
whatever wants to meet
vampire
me.
in his city. Now, I don't know, maybe you're confused about things, but you ever heard the story about how the guy with the biggest stick controls every fucking thing?
Yeah. Oh, can we skip the stories and just get to the point? You're trying to tell me
Well, the
he's in
prince is gonna
charge.
fuck you with that stick if you don't go and see him, and I mean soon. And he's probably gonna fuck you anyway, which is why you need me. I can be your friend, Mr. Cole. I can talk to him. I can be your advocate. I can explain to him how you are young and naive and you don't know anything about kindred society and how you really want to fit in, but you just didn't know any better. And you've been here for 4 months, but you never met another vampire, and your sire abandoned you, and it's all so sad and tragic. Gods, whatever will you do? Forgive me, I mean, Lord.
Now, I kind of see why there might be some benefit to me in that, but it's even assuming that was what I wanted. Why would you choose to do that?
Because then you would owe me a favor.
Yeah,
A boon.
yeah, that figures.
It's just business.
I'll think on it. I will.
Okay. While you do that,
You made quite an impression here this evening.
I try my hardest. And I am a very good lawyer.
I'll certainly keep that in mind.
All right.
Well, look, Mr. Newberry, it's, well, I won't say it's been a pleasure. Honestly, I probably rather this was the last conversation we had, but you're giving me some things to think on, and I will think on them.
You know, the thing about last conversations when you're immortal never happens. Anyway, I'll see you around. You should ask
All
somebody
right.
about Elysium sometime, too. I'll see you
I'll
around.
do that. Yeah, you have a good night now.
Adios, amigo. And he wanders off and
Adios.
closes the door behind him. All right, you guys at the club. What have you been up to?
I'm just
I
looking at
bet.
Casper. Sorry, Balin. Sorry, the name. I'm just looking at you.
You need something?
No. I just don't know anything about you.
Not many people do. I try to keep it as hidden as I can.
Well, I try to find out as much as I can about everyone I come across. So, would you like to spill everything, or would you like me to just go through everything without your consent? So I'm giving you options here.
Well, at least you have the courtesy to do so. I mean, if you were to find anything out about me, I guess the most likely thing is I do have a record, though it won't be under the name I go by.
Okay.
My
What's
real
your real
name,
name?
I will have to let you find that one out.
Oh, come on. We could skip this. I'm going to find out eventually, so come on. I'll let you pat Howl a little longer. He seems to like you.
Which is shocking because most of the time animals do not like me.
Oh,
This is a
this
rare-
one does.
This is a rare occurrence. You'll find out that I do have a police record back down south. It has to do with my alternative activities.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see. You'll notice him take off his backpack for a moment and go rooting around inside of it as if he was looking for something.
I'm going to be looking as well. So sneaky.
I mean, if you're looking in the backpack, you'll see there's 2 metal cans in there.
Is that hairspray?
No, they look like they used to be storage containers for like we're just gonna say Heinz baked beans because the usual random ass brand you find in almost any video game.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
It seems the seal has been broken before, but it's been somehow put back into place. I wouldn't touch that if I were you, if you were thinking on it.
I don't plan to, but thanks for the warning. Why can't I? Sorry. Why can't I touch it? Will it
Well, you can
explode
touch
or
it,
something?
well, you can touch it. I just wouldn't advise shaking it.
Oh,
He'll,
I
uh,
repeat,
he'll
I
pull out an
repeat, will it
old
explode
CD.
or no, continue.
The short answer is yes, but certain things have to be done beforehand before that could ever become a problem. I might be gifted, but I'm at least careful.
Okay.
There is the subtle change in tone of voice. If you want to know a little bit about me, he'll hand over the little CD case.
I take this archaic technology. Thank you. I will look into this.
You'll also find probably an old picture of me somewhere if you were to snap a picture of this. He just kind of waves his hand over his face. This mug of mine. You might find an interesting jail sheet from back in my time down in before my what's the word again? Embrace.
I get out my cell phone.
He gives
I
that right. He will willingly consent to this, as he's just giving that. He's giving.
All
It's
right
like
then. You know what? I
of
get
course,
in on the photo. I scooch
he
myself
tilts.
over next to you and I do a selfie with me and my kitsune mask.
He just kind of tilts his head a little bit, kind of like he's going. He's going for it.
Yeah. Click. Thank you.
Ah, if only I had taken the time to give him a tie instead.
What?
They Nah, just a slight out of character remark. I should have gotten him a tie. You know what
Ah,
they say, the devil wears a suit and tie.
that's
This
a
kind
new one
gentleman.
actually.
That's
All
an
right
old.
then.
You
I'm
might
gonna
like
take.
what you find, you might not. Have fun. He's just gonna kind of He's just gonna gently pat the bearded dragon as he was offered.
Maybe he's like, I'm really having a hard time talking through this mask. Uh, and she will wander off, leaving the bearded dragon to the new friend we have here. I'm gonna go check all this stuff out.
I'll let him like rest on the top of my hand.
Guess I've lost
I'm
one animal. I'll have to get a new one.
Oh,
Um,
I'm not taking him from you.
that's okay. I will take him back. But yeah, so I go back to somewhere private and start looking through the information about Valen.
all right. I think it's fair to say, without doing any checks, that you're able to find it.
Mm,
Would you like to tell her what's
Public
on the rap
records.
sheet?
You'll find a few things from charges of arson, a lot of misdemeanors involving petty theft, breaking and entering, among a few other things, possession of illicit materials.
I see, I see. Anything else? What about the I guess I won't be able to do the facial recognition immediately, so that's probably gonna have to take a bit longer.
Eh,
Uh, yeah.
Probably take a few minutes at the very most.
Well, I will try that too.
You can just hack into the national database if you needed to do a query on that, and if you know where he came from, you could also potentially hack into
No.
their local PD if you really wanted to.
Can I? That's gonna take a while.
Intelligence and computers.
Gonna
Okay,
take a
okay.
minute. And that's a little bit more thicker security you'd have to work through as well.
Right. We might have.
Sorry, what was the roll again?
Intelligence and computers, and
Okay.
you need 3 successes.
Okay.
It'll take
Okay, so 3,
What's
4,
Yuri been
5,
doing
6,
in
7,
the
8.
meantime?
Yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8.
8 successes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm a computer. I put all my points into like computers, you know.
Right.
My merits and
committed
flaws
to
are computers.
Right.
This is
So
a top 10 big brain place.
I got a
Yeah.
feeling you've been in this database before.
Probably.
You've already hacked into this database, I suspect.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense. So
For
yeah,
fun.
you pull out all of his files. Yuri, what have you been
Excellent.
doing while she's doing this?
I've just been doing patrols
Okay.
around the Haven, inside and out. Little paranoid now that we've um, drawn attention to ourselves, and he feels very bad about that. So he's being extra vigilant
Do you want to make a perception
to
awareness check?
protect not only his patrons but also his family. Sorry,
Perception
I can't hear you.
Perception alert.
You're muted.
No, I'm not muted. I want you to
There
make
you
a
go.
perception alertness check. And I was not
Okay.
muted. My microphone just wouldn't. It's Zoom actually clips the second person from talking.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Matthias, what do you do after Mr. Newbury leaves?
I need to talk to Jensen. He probably still at the table. Maybe I come and sit down next to him.
Okay. I'll come back to you then. Yuri, what do you do? What did you get?
1.
One success. Nothing especially out of the ordinary. You do see a dude on a bike ride off suddenly. It's a little bit suspicious, but yeah, it could be anything. It's not necessarily anything important. It could be suspicious or not.
I'll keep a note of it and let Newbie know to check the video footage.
Okay. All right. So, Matthias, you go back to Jensen.
I sit down at the table opposite him. I'm sorry, my friend.
Mr. Cole. I don't understand, Mr. Cole. I don't understand what that was all about. Who was that man? Why'd he come in here? How do you make me do that?
I don't know all of it yet either, Jensen, but
Well, was he talking about princes and all that?
he's like me, but not, He's got the thing I have with the blood.
Mr. Cole, I'm starting to wonder. There's stories about this type of thing, I'm thinking maybe we need to get you some kind of exorcism.
I don't think it's as simple as that. But I think,
Forgive me, Mr. Cole, but you would say that. That's exactly what you would say.
well, if you think there's something we can try, I'm open to it. But you've been with me long enough now. You've seen what this involves. I think you know as well as I do that there's no turning back from this. But I think what we're seeing is this is the danger that we're in. I've been naive. I've been foolish, and I'm sorry that's put your life at risk, and I can't have that. At the very least, we need to move. And if you're to follow me beyond this, I think you need to go in with eyes open. You need to know what you're signing up for. This ain't like what we were doing back in Mississippi. This is.
I don't even know what's going on, Mr. Cole. You gonna tell me what you know?
Out of character, he does know. Like he understands that. I need blood to survive. He understands that I've sort of got powers. So
Right.
there's something background
So he
there.
knows that much. Right.
Yeah. I mean. I think we know now there
It's
are
just
others like me. There's other creatures like what I've become.
I don't know. It's just everything's hitting me all at once, Mr. Cole. I ain't seen you doing nothing like that. None of those powers. I ain't seen you do that shit for like months at a time, maybe even years sometimes. I just try to forget about it, and I put it to the back of my mind, and I don't think about none of that. And then this whole thing tonight has just set off all my bells and whistles, and I'm very uncomfortable about it.
And I get that completely. I'm uncomfortable too, but in some ways I'm on the other side of things from you. But what I'd implore you to think about is this ain't so different from human power. This is just some other form of power that God has chosen to give to some and not others.
Why would he do that?
Do with it.
Why,
That's
Mr. Cole?
if I knew that, if I knew that, God, I don't even know. I don't even have an answer to that. It's what we grapple with, isn't it? That's why our faith is tested.
Oh, Mr.
That's
Cole.
why we have to choose to believe. That's why we have to commit.
You know, when I met you, I was not in a good place. I was using and had to get off all that shit. And you helped me with all of that. You showed me the way. But now, all I want is the fix right now. I want to get out of this place. I want to out of my mind, Mr. Cole.
I know, I know, I know. I understand that.
I need some
We're gonna
help.
get out of this place. We're gonna get out of this place. We're gonna find somewhere safe, but we can't stay here. I understand that. We need some time to think. We can't make any rash decisions right now. We need to get to somewhere of safety. I think the people I met earlier tonight might be able to help us, but we need some time and some space to be able to calm down and process what's happened to us tonight. The Lord will keep us safe. Remember, you were telling me I was plagued by
Yeah,
doubts, and you
yeah.
were telling me
I
I'm
remember
a
what I
good
said.
man. You were telling me that the Lord would have my back. Well, that is true. That is what led us there. And the Lord will have your back too. I will have your back so long as you will follow me, so long as you will trust
Okay,
me.
okay, Mr. Cole. I trust you. I trust you. But you got to call them people. You got to get on top of this. I don't want that
I'll get
Mr.
on top of it.
Newberry coming back here. Not tonight, not any night.
The last thing I want is for your life to be put in danger. And if I think that's going to happen, I got to find a way to cut you loose. But so long as you can follow me, I think I can find a way to keep us safe. We got to go underground for now, though. We can't keep drawing attention to ourselves. That was on me. That was my fault. I ain't going to do that again.
Okay,
I'm
Mr.
going to
Cole.
be more careful.
I trust you, but you got to do something, okay?
I got it. I'm going to do something.
Why don't you call them people now?
All right. I guess I'm a bit worried about bringing anything down on them until I know more, but I think
Well,
you're right. I think the situation's dire enough. We got to take some kind of action.
yeah, I think so, Mr. Cole.
Look, we'll get a motel for the night. We ain't staying here. I
Okay.
got somewhere to keep me safe, you know that. But I think we can bring enough of the stuff with us to set something up.
All right,
We'll get somewhere safe. I'll contact these people and we'll make a plan. All right?
I'll pack the car up and I'll call the hotel. You call them people.
I'll do that. I'll
All
do
right.
that now.
He
I'll go
goes
get my
off to
phone.
do that. All right. So you pick up your phone.
Yeah, I call. It was Yuri's number.
Yeah, you've got Yuri's card, I believe. You got
Yeah.
a lot of cards tonight.
I do. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting my
Seems to be a
contact
very
very
popular
slowly,
method.
one digit at a time.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So Yuri, your phone rings again.
Yeah.
So it vibrates across the table.
Yuri. No, I'm Yuri. Who is this?
Yuri, it's Matthias.
Yes.
It's Matthias. We spoke earlier tonight.
Matthias. Yes, yes. How'd you like a mosh pit? Good, yes?
Yeah, yeah, I had a good time. But Yuri, you know what you're telling me about needing to keep my head down. Yeah, looks like your warning might have come a little bit late. Some fella, Newbury, something like that, came paid me a visit. I got to go underground. I need somewhere else to be. I can keep myself safe for now, but I don't know what your kind of connections are, what's going on with all of you and all of this, but I thought you might want to know since we'd had contact and was worried. I don't want to bring anything down on you, and well, to be honest, it's any way you can help me out, I'd be most appreciative. It's not me I'm worried about. I got people with me. I don't want anything bad happening to them.
You come to Haven. You come to heaven now.
I'll do that. I'll be careful. I'll be there soon. Click.
And I go and rally the troops and look for Balin and Newbie and motion for whenever I do find them and to bring them into the back rooms.
Okay. I don't know where Newbie is, but
I went out back to check on Valen, like his history, etc.
Okay, that's right.
Um,
Yeah.
you asked me, I'm just gonna confront this. You asked me if I have the phones tapped.
Yes.
That's something I'm going to need some help with. Can I tap cell phones in such manner?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very much possible.
And can I do multiple? And
I mean, if you've known Yuri for a long time, you could certainly have his phone tapped.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can have connection to as many phones as you really want to.
It's just a mini computer. You can infect it with malware. You can keep an open connection, like an open cell connection, that creates a secondary audio channel to wherever the hell you wanted to go. It's pretty easy.
yeah. So would I have received it when I was doing my research on Valen?
Yeah.
Like picked up on my phone call that I got from Matthias, you mean?
I mean, if
Yeah,
you might be watching every call that goes through to Matthias and just seeing what the number is and who's calling him, and most of the time you ignore it because it's just rubbish. But
right, yeah.
this was a call from Matthias Cole.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay, that works.
So yeah,
Okay.
you'd be like, yeah, let's listen to that.
Yeah. Um, hmm.
So I would be looking for you and Valen.
Would I be able to do like a find his phone situation so I
Find
can
Matthias's phone or find Yuri's phone?
yeah. Okay, sweet. I would
Which
like to do that. Keep an eye on
which phone?
Matthias on his way here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just triangulation from the various cell towers to discover his current geolocation.
Yep.
That's
Okay, sweet.
So
super simple.
you've got an eye on
Awesome.
Matthias, and you figure out where he's going, and he's going to a hotel. He stops at a, I don't know, is it like a Best Western or something?
Yeah, it'll be as anonymous
Generic
as possible.
generic hotel chain here.
Yep.
Off the motorway kind of place. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, and do you find Yuri? Do you go and talk to Yuri and Valen?
Um, I'll do some more research on Valen.
Okay.
I want to find out.
Does Yuri come and knock on the door?
What? He came to knock on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you didn't go all the way down into Cyberdome to the arcades and
No, no.
whatnot. You went into your personal uh,
I
suite.
went to your back room.
Yep. Yep.
Not to
One
my
of the
personal
suites.
suite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind. Anyway, sure. I will go find you then. Answer the door.
So Yuri's looking serious. Like serious. Not ugly serious, but serious. We have
Did the
problem.
bar run out of vodka?
No, we got plenty of vodka. It's not that. I
All
got
right.
phone call
Come in.
from a
Come in.
state.
I pull you by the scruff. Although I'm not that strong.
I guess I've kind
Yeah.
of just followed along behind him in this regard, or am I just
Yeah,
waiting?
I would have found you and kind of grabbed your sleeve. Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, you could just whistle to get his attention.
He's never mastered whistling.
Unfortunate. All right, just come by, tap on the shoulder. I'll get up and go with him.
All right.
I just watched him get pulled in. Just
All right.
kind of step in quietly afterwards.
All right. So
Shut the
you're all in
door behind
same,
me.
You're all in the same room. He
Wha-
shuts the door.
Yeah, we're all in the same room now.
I take the bearded dragon back from Valen.
Yeah, so I just
Hi.
kind of let him crawl off of my hand onto you.
Thank you.
We received information too late, and we got to Matthias far too late. They're onto him.
Hmm.
He's scared.
Yeah, knew we should have brought him here. There was no point in sending him back.
We need to retrieve him now.
Okay. Should
Where
I put
is he?
on a more badass mask or what?
But you have the Foxy mask, yeah?
Yeah.
He's good.
Oh, excellent. Maybe
Should
I'll
we,
leave. I'm gonna leave Howl here. Okay. Is Fraser around, do you think? I haven't seen him around.
I think he went back with Jonathan.
Oh, okay, right. Do you mind if I just drop him off at the fish tank? Tank. I'll be
His
like 2
terrarium.
seconds. Yeah. I just grab my
Do
stuff,
you
put it in my
do you know
satchel.
where Matthias is? So this is one aspect that he was leaving. It was very quick, like conversation ended, and
Yeah.
he says he's okay to protect himself. We know he can't do this.
Yeah,
Seemed
I know exactly where he is.
he
Oh,
seemed like a deer in the headlights sort of guy. When he's put on the spot, he probably cracks under pressure.
Oh, yeah, probably.
ha! He's brewer. Even if he is a young neonite, he's still brewer.
Okay.
Should I prepare
All
anything
right
for the
then.
occasion? Means of self-defense.
Oh yes, he was scared.
Oh, Valen, you should tell Yuri what your hobby is. I'm gonna go put away Hal while you do that.
Well, we go and I get the van.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
All right. Get the van.
Improvised munitions is my story.
So you make bombs.
In a sense, yes.
Yes, familiar. I cannot make them myself, but we used it back in the Soviet Ukraine. They well, I didn't use them personally, but actually I was one of the people, the crews that go out there and find them, remove them.
The one thing that that newbie didn't do, she didn't look at the CD.
I'm pretty sure the CD was the first thing I would have looked at. You didn't give me the information.
The hell's a
Fair enough.
CD?
What is this archaic piece of technology? Nah, if it was archaic, I would have handed you a floppy disk.
She thinks she thought it was a cup holder or a coffee thing, you know, a coaster.
Yeah, those are great.
You would have had a
So
little bit of information. Oh yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
so we congregate it in the van, and I'm just looking back over at newbie, and it's like, you tell me where.
So you're triangulating his location on your phone or laptop or whatever in the back of the van.
I think I'll use my phone
Okay.
for this. It'll be so much easier.
All right.
Um,
You get to the motel.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I had another. I was going to do something else before I
Sure.
was going to stay there. So yeah. So after we get to the motel, I say, and when we check in, I say to Jensen,
Yeah.
look, I might be overthinking things, but I'm going to take the car and go. Once I'm gone, you wait 10 minutes, call an Uber, go out the back way, go find another motel, and send me a text when you get there. I don't know, just in case they keep an eye on our car or something.
Okay, Mr. Cole, that's what you think is best. All right.
Yeah, I don't think we can be too cautious right now, not till we know a bit more about what's going on.
That's a good idea. Okay.
And then after he goes, I'll drive our Corolla to Anarchy 99, and then I'm going to get an Uber from there to sort of, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks away from the Haven.
Right. Okay, 3 or 4 blocks away from that. So you guys drive all the way to this motel, and as you're getting towards the motel, his phone signal starts moving.
oh, we're moving now. Sorry.
So
Yeah,
you
he's just
follow him, and then, newbie, you get a ping from his phone as he gets a text from somebody else. That text has the name of another hotel with an address in it. So now you've got 2 hotel addresses.
okay.
But he doesn't go to that hotel, not yet anyway. He goes to fucking Anarchy 99, and then he starts. You heard the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might catch me before I leave there. I was thinking, yeah, maybe if they've already seen me go there, they might think that that means something to me, that place. So.
Oh yeah. Well, if we can, sure. He's going to Anarchy 99.
Okay.
So let's go there. Try and cut him
he's
off.
close to it. Yeah. Then then you discover that he's using his Uber app.
Well, now I'm
Okay.
confused. He's all over the place.
Just tell me where his cell phone is. This
Okay.
is fine.
Sorry, right. Cell phones just over there.
Okay.
Still.
So you can make a perception alertness check.
Dos.
Dose. 2 successes.
1.
One. Okay. Well, Yuri and Casper, Valen, you both see.
Oh, I didn't make one. I thought that was.
Oh, you did make it? Okay, well, it's fine. Yuri, you see him on the street getting into an Uber.
On the window, pull up.
Cut off the Uber.
Yeah. Matthias!
Alright, stop what I'm doing. Yuri.
Get in the fucking bed. Now.
Alright, I'm on it.
All right, and you jump in the van. Okay, and thusly you all drive off. And we're going to wrap up here because this is quite a decent spot to finish.
Yes.
It's 10 o'clock, and I have everybody together at last.
Thanks for the rescue.
Could have tried earlier, but
Could have tried earlier. Fuck.
someone wanted to go home.
All I did
No, it's
tonight was
fair.
try to get you guys in one place. But yeah, great work.
That should be
everyone.
what vampires like. Its subtitle is
Getting the players in the same place at the same time.
vampire getting the people at the same place at the
Right.
same time.
It's pretty much
I don't know. It'd be the meme of herding cats, you know. Just like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
I think Matthias has got a pretty strong motivation to stick with the others beyond just wanting some answers.
Did that work for you?
Totally. Yeah, that's great.
Cool. Awesome.
Man.
You're gonna have to tell me what else newbie got from Valen.
From Valen, right?
Don't worry. I will send you a short list over of that. And most of the time, it's you'll probably find maybe a few burned songs and a couple of videos.
Oh.
Do they have explosions in them?
Yes.
Do you jack off to them?
No. I might be sick in the head, but I'm not that sick.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
Everybody's got
you
a
don't
thing.
know.
To each their own.
If you're gonna blow shit up, you might as well masturbate.
Why not?
You might as well
Actually,
do it on
amazing.
feces.
Cool
while you're
guys
at
don't
it.
look at explosions.
Right.
Well, if you do look at explosions, you have to make a raw strike trick. So.
Right. That is.
If
true.
anything, you will notice like there were fancy vehicles involved, and the occasional building that probably seems like it might have seen some form of Camarilla traffic one way or the other.
Right.
Ooh. Okay. Cool.
All right, guys. We're gonna raid somebody on Twitch. This is our thing. This is what we do at the end of every stream.
Guide the raid.
So
Yeah.
we're going to have a look to see who's streaming what and who we want to raid. I'm going to see if I can find someone playing Vampire the Masquerade. We have Copic Doll Streams streaming Vampire the Masquerade right now, so we're going to raid them.
I can actually see that one.
Can you?
Normally, I get a whole bunch of random ones that
Right.
I've never heard of before.
We'll be raiding them in 5 seconds. So let's say goodbye. Thank you everyone for watching. Please
Goodbye.
like and subscribe and do all the things and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to tell
I'm
you.
gonna go and
You know what
get
to do.
better.
And we'd really appreciate it if you did do those things. Anyway, adios. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good hunting.
Good hunting.
Well,
Later.
okay.
Raid is now raided, and we are over.